Yo. Alright. Soul Brother, hello. Call started. See, it rings. Oh, there it is. Right, you're gonna hear Stu now. Answer the fucking... Hello. Hello.
Motherfuckers on.
Hey, hey.
Hey, how you do? How do you say?
I'm alright, how are you?
Alright. Can he complain, you know?
Good stuff.
So, yeah. Are you ready to go?
Not feeling the energy.
Not feeling you need some energy. You need to drink some Lucasade.
No, from you guys.
What do you mean? What do you want? What do you want to fucking do?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I am
Me being a bit judgmental, actually.
pumped and raring to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
The
pumped.
electricity coursing through my veins.
I'm pumped like a giant fart.
On that note, we should start the show.
Okay, let's start the show. Stand by. Whoops. Yeah, screw that. Who cares?
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Here I come with the soundbite saviors.
It's the veteran gamers.
Yay for the soundbites.
It's the veteran gamers.
Hooray and huzzah.
Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Hooray for the soundbites.
Hello and welcome to Front 242 of the Veteran Gamers podcast. Actually, it's 424, but you know, it was nearly right. It was nearly right. It nearly worked.
First you lock the target.
Just had to rearrange the numbers a little bit.
On.
Oh yeah, it's actually 424, but it isn't even that either, is it really?
What are you talking about?
I have no clue anymore.
What episode number is this, you dingus?
It's actually 432. You know, but I was trying to get it to work, but it just wouldn't work.
Podcast. We are not veterans of the military. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah, so we stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer 9 p.m. GMT. And we also have a meetup on the 21st of April, which is next week. But by the time this is published, because Duke takes 4 days to just push a button.
Yeah, blame Duke, not me. It's not me.
No,
it's
sorry, Stu. You white people, all you white people look the same to me. So it'll be, by the time you listen to this, providing that you listen to it straight away, which you might not. But if you do, then you've only got like 3 days to respond to it, or 2 even. Or you might be listening to this and it's happening right now, or you're listening to this and it's already happened. So I don't know what's going on.
Been and gone. Who knows?
Yes,
Yeah, that
there you
thing.
go. So we've got a meetup in Bury, just above Manchester. And if you are listening to this on time and you still haven't made arrangements, come along. 21st of April. Check it out on our website.
Do that stuff.
Yeah.
Not
Drop
feeling.
by.
There's no energy. There's no energy in the room.
No, look, let me get some energy going. Let me get some, because we're gonna have stuff going down at the arcade.
Target.
Yeah, stuff going down, such as VG Hub and Bongo the Sane is sponsoring a King of Kong competition.
Oh yeah, huh?
Ah.
Yeah. So that's but there'll be a trophy. I'm not sure if there's anything else, but there's going to be a trophy for the highest score on Donkey Kong
Right.
Nice.
during the day.
What else is going?
In addition, there is gonna be highest score on a particular pinball machine again, because that went well last time. So highest score on the pinball.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's Bongo's getting the trophy for that one as well. So that's another Bongo, sponsored event. And then from our side, we're having a PUBG competition. So whoever gets like the highest ranking in PUBG during the day, so a bit of winner chicken dinner.
Yep.
So no, solo only though. So that'll be solo games.
Okay.
Yeah. So highest on that, and there's going to be a trophy for that, and. Finally, we're going to have it's the return of the Street Fighter Knockout competition.
What Street Fighter though?
I don't know. Whatever one they've got, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Same as last time. But that was good fun last time. So we'll have that going on throughout the day, the different rounds and whatever, however many people want to enter. I'll have the sheets. We can get people's names down. And then we're going to kick the shit out of each other in a very virtual way.
Oh, yeah. Kicking shit out of people. All right, people. It's time for
Hey, kid, I want you to spill your guts. Tell us everything. Thing. Everything.
Okay, I'll talk.
The reason the opening song didn't have any sound effects there is because I was playing some Rocket League. I had been playing for like an hour before the show and trying to get one last win in, and I just kept losing a lot. And then during the opening of the show, I was playing another game and not paying attention to the show because I needed to get one more win before I quit playing, or else I'd be sour and angry the whole time.
You really are like some sort of addict, aren't you?
Well, I just wanted to have it cleansed from my palate. As soon as I win, I'll stop playing. Don't worry.
That's like the roulette player who just need to get my money back that I've just lost.
Anyway, just letting you know what's going on. I'm being honest. You're welcome.
Being honest.
Time
My
for
favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
I've got an update on Operation Stu needs to get into his old suit for Chinny's wedding thing. That's going well. I've lost a stone this week, so I'm up to a stone off.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're healthy. I think fixating on weight itself is not necessarily always a good idea.
It's all that matters, Eric.
Yeah. I don't want to buy a new suit, man. I've got a nice suit, and I need to get in it.
I'll be the judge
you
of the suit.
You don't understand. What's the matter?
I'll be the judge of the suit.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a nice suit. It's a nice suit, man.
I'll be the judge of that.
I need to lose probably about another stone and a half yet, maybe, to get in it. So, I've still got a ways to go. But, I'm a stone in now, so I'm moving. I went on a 24-mile bike ride this week. So I did that as well, just to help with the exercise, because you've got to be doing that shit. And then every other night I'm running about 2.5 miles on the treadmill. So I'm doing that as well on top of I'm eating healthily, of course, and not eating loads of shit.
Healthy is good.
Yeah.
On weight is not healthy.
Yeah. So that's how it's going. So yeah, it's all going good, man. I'm losing weight. I'm gonna look a bit thinner for the meetup even. Than I did last time I met you, Chinny. So yeah, but Chinny's seen me yo-yo anyway. He's seen me thin. He's seen me fat. He's seen me in between thin and fat.
Seen all sorts of ages.
You've seen all sorts of shapes and sizes of me. So it's nothing new for Chinny. Nothing new over the last 10 years.
All over the place.
It is all over the place. All over the place. So there you go. That's my update on Fatster to Thinster. There you go. Anything from you, Chinny?
Nope. Nothing happened. I'm trying to make my way through the bloody Marvel films.
All right, okay. Why is that? Is there a particular reason?
No, not really. It's just everybody bangs on about them, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So I started to watch them, and where am I at now? I watched Thor 2 today.
All right, okay. Thor Ragnarok is pretty good.
That's not the one I'm talking about, though, Stuart.
I know, but that's
so why bring it up?
I must say, personally speaking, I don't really get all worked up about the Thor films. I try to be a little more low key.
Yeah. So they're a thing. Thor 2 is definitely better than the first one. I remember getting really bored on the first one. Second one's alright. Stuff happens, which is good. And it's got Chris O'Dowd in it. That's always good when Chris O'Dowd is about. So, but yeah,
he's a pretty cheerful person. I don't think he doesn't get very Thor very often. He's not. Are you getting Thor because of my jokes?
Is that a joke? I'm meant to laugh.
Stu, just don't talk to him. Just don't talk to him.
What?
So I watched Iron Man 3 on Friday. I forgot that I watched Iron Man 2, so I was ready to watch Iron Man 2, and I was like,
you've already seen that.
I've already seen that one. Iron Man 3 was fine, I guess. for one of those films. You know.
Yeah.
Thor 2 was good. I thought it was a good movie for like switch your brain off fun. It was fun.
Well, well, I am, and a few friends are going to watch Avengers Infinity War in 2 weeks' time. So we've got tickets booked for that, ready to go.
Yes, that film. I see. Yeah, I don't know. It's all superpowers and stuff. I'm not really into it, but they're okay. The Avengers was good. I like that. But there's nowhere to watch after Captain America: Winter Soldier. That they're not on Netflix and things like that. So there's nowhere to watch.
How else could you possibly watch them? There must be a way, I'm sure.
My Cody thing doesn't work anymore.
Did it break?
It's just like you have to update it so often that I just can't be bothered.
Just can't be arsed.
No.
Can't be arsed.
No. So
that's a good thing because you're not.
You hear about that new pair of pants where it protects your butt? It's known as Asgard.
Is that? Have all you've been doing is thinking of puns to do with Thor?
He has. He's just been thinking for the last 10 minutes.
Like the Marvel movies. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
How I'm missing these shots in Rocket League.
Yeah. So anyway, that's me. Nothing else.
There is something else. I think you're telling fibers here, Mr. Chin.
What?
Mr. Chin. Because I believe that there might be an EGX video incoming at some point.
Oh yeah.
Film.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. I know it's a very small thing in the back of your mind because it has been for the last 6 months.
I tell you what, right?
So, 8 months.
I started it on Thursday, right? And I think I've worked out why I don't do it very quickly. I think I've worked it out.
Because you can't be arsed?
No, I don't think it is that because I've made videos before that, right? And after
we know you made videos, you do it for a living,
right? The reason I think I don't get round to it is because I sort of watch it, and because it's me talking to the camera, I kind of watch it through sort of my fingers and I cringe a little bit and get a bit embarrassed and go, "Oh God," do you know what I mean? Like I just.
What that means because he doesn't know what that would be like. He's never embarrassed about anything he's done.
I'm not. It's true. I don't.
No, it's just like I'm not too embarrassed, but I'm just like, oh, just shut up, you fucking lanky twat.
You know, when you're a handsome guy like me, I don't get that self-conscious.
No, I just sort of look at my bits and I just don't want to look at them. You know what I mean?
Look, nobody wants to see your bits on camera, Jim.
No, it's true. So, but no, I've started it, and it's roughly about 4 hours now. Long.
So it's going well.
It's progressed since last week. How about that? But yeah, you know, it's all there, and that's the only good thing about editing it so far apart from when it happened was like you forget everything, and you just like, oh yeah, I remember that. Jesus Christ. The only problem is like all the games that we talk about are all out. So
well, of course they are because it's like nearly 8 months ago now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's terrible.
Yes,
I mean,
Pilch actually takes the camera for one part. So yeah, there's a section of Pilch goodness in there.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him doing that. I do sort of vaguely remember him coming off with a camera.
I quite liked it. I quite liked the idea of giving it to other people and seeing what they get up to. But Antonio asked me on Twitter, actually, you know, what we're going to do for EGX this year. Do you still want other people to film it? And the answer is yes, I do. So
no, and I replied saying I'm going to be some way or other getting the GoPros off you to supply to everybody. So I'm going to be the supplier.
Please don't lose them.
I know they're only cheap pieces of plastic. It's all good.
Yeah, well, if you lose them, you pay for them. So there you go. Yeah, so that's the plan. But yeah, it's all going to be good fun.
All these people we think are friends of the show, we'll just never see again.
No, they'll just steal them.
Here's your GoPro. See you later.
So yeah, I've been editing that. It's all right. I've been chipping away at it. That's started. It has started.
It has. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, but a bit lonely. I'm gonna be lonely at EGX this year without Mike Chin with me.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna do fucking weddings and stuff. I mean, I think you should get your priorities straight, personally.
Sorry about that. Never mind. We'll be fine.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've got support. I'll have support people around me. You know, it's all good.
Yes.
It's all good. We should just mention that with Arcade Club as well about the meal again. We should mention about the meal because we are having one. But,
have a meal, people.
Yeah, we were meant to publicise that this week, but we recorded a bit for the beginning of the show, which I forgot to edit in because I forgot all about doing that.
Yeah.
And Chini was meant to put it on Twitter at regular scheduled times, and that didn't seem to happen either.
No, I was just going to do some scheduled tweets. You fucked up bigger than me.
I kind of did.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think we're both culpable though in all of this.
Well,
to be honest.
don't spin it. You fucked up.
No, and you fucked up.
Yeah, but I always fuck up.
That is true.
I'm a walking fuck up.
You're just a fuck up.
You're the reliable one, and you fucked up.
Yeah,
so
no,
people look at me and they go, "Oh, it's just Chinny, whatever." They look at you and go, "Fucking hell, you fucked up."
Yeah, I did. But there is. I've got a bit of a confession too.
Oh snap! Confessions all around. Go ahead.
Yeah, my confession is that I forgot to publish a show on Thursday because I was out till quite late on Thursday and I forgot all about it.
Yes.
And luckily, as it happened, I got up quite early. I was about sort of 20 minutes earlier than I normally am on the Friday morning, and realised that I hadn't published the show. So I was like, shit, better do that. As it happened, I'd uploaded it ready to go, so that wasn't, at least I only had to quickly publish it. But that's partly the reason I forgot about the thing I was meant to add in.
Ridiculous.
I know. So sorry. But yeah, anyway, the venue for the food is a place called Mezzaluna.
Yep.
Is where we're looking. It
That's
looks
fine.
pretty
All
nice.
we need to know is just who's coming. So if you come in, let us know. That's
let
about
us
it.
know, and then we can book a table. We may struggle on the day, but we might be able to, up to 10, 15 people, I guess, without maybe too much of a problem.
We'll see.
If we're only going fairly early, I don't think there might be a problem. So yeah, we need to try and book us a table. So yeah, people, let us know if you're coming.
Just let us know if you're coming. Right, fuck that. Games.
Yeah, games, video games. Right, round robin time.
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Let me go first and get it out of the way. Rocket League. I finished Far Cry 5, but I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
No.
I refuse to give any spoilers.
Well, no, but you can say, was it good? Was it shit? Was it mediocre? What did you think?
That would be a spoiler.
How is that a spoiler if you say, I thought the ending was really
Because
shit,
if
or
whatever
I
he
thought it was really
says, then it'll influence what I think of it. Duke doesn't want me to know what he thinks.
I know what a spoiler is, and I don't want to give any.
Yeah, but that's only his subjective opinion.
Yeah, but
For fuck's sake, you're right. It is.
Yeah, but if I'm playing it and going, I'm expecting a bad ending because Duke said it's bad, all right, then it might alter my perception of what I
think you're taking this spoiler thing way too seriously.
No.
No, you don't take it seriously enough, Stu. How many times have you said it's not a spoiler, and then someone, either myself or Chinny or someone on the stop talking, either myself or Chinny or someone in the chat has said, "Oh, dude, why did you say that?" Think about it honestly. Think about how many times that's happened, and then ask yourself if that's really the case, that I'm taking it too seriously, or maybe you're not taking it seriously enough.
Yeah.
No, but if you were giving specifics, I would be like, yeah, no, fair enough. But you're only giving I liked it. No, I didn't. Chinny might be completely opposite of you.
Stuart, we obviously have different opinions about what constitutes a spoiler. I'm not arguing that. It is a subjective thing, yes. However, I would submit to you that in the same way as I say, if I were to say that food's not spicy and you said that food's really spicy, and then we had 20 different people taste it and 9 of them went, "Oh my God, my mouth, I need some milk." And 2 people were like, "Yeah, that tasted delicious, but oof, it's pretty spicy." Would I be justified in going, "No, it's not spicy"?
Well, that's your opinion. What difference does it make?
Oh God, this is like trying to teach a child how to speak Aramaic.
I don't understand your point. I really don't. Because some of the listeners will go, "Yeah, I finished it, and I agree it was a bit shit," or "I agree it was good," like Duke said, or whatever.
Well, I think it's okay. It's okay for Duke to tell us what he thought of it, but it's still a new game, so maybe if you just held off. So
I'm going to hold off. I'm not. This is an academic discussion because I'm not going to say anything about it.
There we go.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Stuart.
No, but it is it is a podcast where we're meant to discuss
So
games.
let's
We're
hold
not
on,
discussing
hold
a
on.
game. It's
Okay,
not part of the
wait.
podcast point.
Let me just put
Hello.
No. Hang on, Jenny. I got to say something. For the last 2 weeks, we've spent an hour on each show talking about Far Cry 5. This is the exact opposite of the position you usually take, which is, you're still playing that? Why don't you move on to some stupid?
Well, I just want to know what you thought about the ending. That's not a sort of something different to playing the game in general.
Let's talk about the game as a whole, dude.
God.
I can't do that without talking about the ending.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry.
Whatever.
I'm dying to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm really eager to talk about it.
We don't want details. We don't want any details.
Shall I tell you where?
Just
Shall I
your
tell you?
general opinion.
I'll tell you where I am.
Good God.
I'll tell you
Go
where.
ahead.
I've killed the first person. John. Yes.
Good.
So that's not a spoiler.
Well, I don't know.
Hello.
But there's three. But it's like it's pretty early on, so I'm imagining if people are
But
playing
you've not
this.
come across that character yet, so then that's a spoiler, is it not?
But
You
like,
come across that person the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but you haven't presumably killed him at that point.
this
have you?
is still early on in
think
the.
Trying to academically argue about the nature of everything could be a spoiler.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That
Right.
is the whole point. All I'm asking is for opinions.
I'm not in charge of what Duke wants to talk about. What I'm going to talk about. I don't care if I contradict Duke or you. Right? Can we just carry on?
Fine.
Yes.
Carry on.
Fuck me. So I killed the first person, John, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of plain shit in the game.
Yeah.
There's certain aspects of this game that really piss me off, Duke.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where I did that on the arm of my chair. You know, I slammed it, which is very rare for me.
Yeah.
There's a mission. What was it? Yeah, there was a mission, and it was a story mission. It was pretty early on, and I forgot his name. The black guy in the church. He hides a gun in a book.
Yeah, sure.
So he says, "Oh, go off and do this thing, save these people." But you've got to do it quiet because they'll shoot the people if you don't do it quiet. And okay, fine. So then I go off and I start to do that mission. And the first couple of times I do it, it's fine, and I get seen, but it's fair, you know. Well, in a way, I get seen and I go, right, fair enough. But I was sort of allowed to sneak around, and I felt like I would have got it the next time round, right? And then it started to happen where I was just in the bush. I was miles away from them. No one could see me, and they'd be like, "There he is!"
Yeah.
And they'd shoot all the hostages, and that happened about 7 times.
God damn. I don't think I have to do that more than once. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that, I usually suck at those missions. I usually have to do them more than once. So I felt like it was very generous to me. That's so weird.
It was just, it was like it was glitched. It was like it was saying, oh, like I was so far away. I hadn't even approached them yet. Right? The you know, the reticle that you get when you get spotted and stuff didn't even come up. And it just says, there he is. He's over there. And then shoot every time. So the only way I got past it was I ran over to one of the hostages, untied.
Shot yourself. Just now I
shot myself. Untied her, and she kind of started to fight for herself then. Yeah. And then I untied another one, and that managed to sort of, I don't know, disrupt the nest enough for me to sort of get a hold on them. But it was really, really frustrating. The other thing that I hate about this game is, and I talked about this a little bit last week, that, you know, the constant things spawning around you and bothering you all the time. It's this fucking plane that keeps flying around you.
That's what I was saying.
Oh my God. Just annoying as fuck. And it sees you and then starts shooting you, and you're just trying to do a mission, or you're just trying to, I don't know, you're trying to hunt or something, and you're just never left alone. That's it. You're never left alone in this game. Right. And there's always someone trying to fucking shoot you, or you're you know, you're sort of partner person trying to kill someone else, or a dog tries to attack you, and it's not fun. Like, I'd be all right if it was fun.
Yeah, so there's no actual downtime at all.
There's like, you feel, and
it's
even
like pacing. It's just like shoot, kill.
Yeah, even when you're walking around, you hear explosions constantly, like all the time. Is that right, Duke? For you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You just hear like that. Get him, fucking get him, and it's not even you. Sometimes they're shooting someone else, and you're like, I get it. Like it makes the world feel alive, but it makes the world feel alive. But you're in a world full of bunch of fucking psychopaths, and not a real. It feels like you're in GTA Online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And it feels like you just cut. Like, GTA Online is ruthless, but it's you kind of expect it because of the internet. But like, this is just constant bombardment of nonsense.
Those are like real people. These are just AI characters.
They're just AI characters, and
they act like trolls from GTA Online.
Yeah, they do, and it's just so annoying. And when I had that mission, that just there he is, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Shoot everyone! And I was close to like, I don't think I can be bothered. But luckily, I sort of got through it. Yeah, and I won't give spoilers on details of the story here. But I don't find the sort of the boss fight that the brother that I've killed, I didn't find it very fun. Look, I don't find him very interesting, I have to say.
No, he's easily the most boring of the three. Sorry for the spoiler there.
But I've seen, because I played co-op with Marsh, and I've seen the other one, the older brother. And I haven't seen the woman, but I've seen the older brother, and he looks different. You know what I mean? He looks like a much more menacing, fucked up character. Whereas
I wouldn't be surprised if they were coming up with the characters and they came up with Jacob first and then Faith, and then they said, I don't know, and they already had the father, and so they're just like, I don't know, just make him like a normal guy.
Yeah, it's very, and I'm shocked really, because it's very easy to get him confused with the main bad guy, because they look similar,
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But
they're twins.
Maybe, but they I'm shocked that they sort of went that route, because I couldn't really tell them apart until I sort of, I suppose it's good that the cutscenes show you what they look like a lot, because if it wasn't for that, then I would struggle. I feel like I'm getting to a point in the game where I'm not as weak now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got lots of perk points and stuff, and you're right, Duke, from what you said last week, that the prepper points are the most fun in the game you have. Which is ironic, because Far Cry is usually a game about like chaotic explosions and airplanes and helicopters, but like the coolest thing in this game is the
figure out how to get down in this bunker.
Yeah, which was kind of like what the towers were like in the other games, because they were like puzzles.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this one, it's just like, hey, you've got to get into this bunker, but it's booby trapped or whatever.
I'll tell you what I can tell you.
Go on.
I 100% finished the game.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And it's really ridiculous that they don't give you icons for the things you need to do. Like, there's three. It's so dumb. Pick a way you're gonna show us where this mission is, people. There are some missions where, when you have it tracked, there's a yellow icon on the map.
Yes.
That shows you. There's some missions where you have to collect all the comic books, and you have to go and find those little you can buy a map.
Yeah.
In a store, and then it will show you icons on the map for all of those comic books. I don't know how this person says, I have no way to know where my grandfather's comic books are, and in every store there's a map of these comic books. I don't know who made that map.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then you can put the quest marker on them and then go find them yourself. And then there are some missions like the silos, and there are something like the silos in Faith's area, which there's no guide. There's no icon on the map. I mean, they kind of appear on the map. You can see the red silos on the map, but just barely. And as I've said, that glitched so that you'd blow it up, and it's supposed to be the icon on the map is supposed to change to a kaboom or whatever, but it did. So the same is true with the things in Faith's area. So it was a nightmare. I mean, it wasn't too bad because thank God for the internet, but I had to go through each one and fly to that area and see if it was there. And there's one in Jacob's area like that too. So fuck those 3 missions. But I did them. So everybody must worship me and how great I am because
you are the master.
I'm the master.
Yeah, but I am continuing with it. But there was a moment on that mission where I just went, oh my god, like this game, like sometimes it just really stops the fun. Do you know what I mean? It really
I really think I'm done with open world games like this. I just don't find enjoyment in them anymore.
No, I feel like no, it's not your thing. You like being you like being led. Yeah.
I do. I like a story. I like something that's focused, narrative driven.
I'll never get over this because when I think of Oblivion, I think of you, Stuart. I think of a time I got motion sickness. I think of the first time I played it and I was just blown away. And then I think of you going on and on about how great Oblivion is. So that doesn't mesh with me.
I think because Oblivion was like a moment of its time, and I feel like there's those kind of games are like to a penny now.
Yeah, you see, it's different. What I think the problem for me is like, as you know, I love The Witcher 3, and I've played over 100 hours of that.
That's true. Yeah, one of your favourite games ever, The Witcher 3, is an open world game. Yeah,
it is. Dragon Age Inquisition. I played. The difference is the story. That's the difference. It's the focus. It's those games are focused more on the story than they are on the just do loads of random shit in an open world.
It's true.
Yeah,
there is that stuff to do there. Don't get me wrong. With The Witcher 3, you can do all the question marks if that's what you really want to do. But they're not obligatory, and they're not needed to gain experience because you don't gain anything off them.
Say again, Duke.
They're not required in Far Cry 5 to go collecting blow up all the silos or collect all the.
Yeah, but the difference is, like Chini said, in Far Cry 5, you've just got shit trying to kill you every 3 seconds, which again in The Witcher 3 just does not happen.
And yeah, but I think if the story was good enough, I think Stu would try it. But the story isn't good enough, and that's what Stu's heard. He knows.
Yeah.
And it isn't. You know what I mean?
They're all formulaic and really similar to every other open world story, and I think that's my major issue.
Yeah, Far Cry has done things in the past which is interesting. Yeah. I haven't seen any evidence of any interesting stuff it's done.
Yeah, people are loving this. A lot of people are saying this is the best Far Cry game ever.
I think 4 was my favourite. I don't know. I like 3. I like 4. I'm not sure about this one. Maybe 3. Maybe 3 is my favourite. I'd have to play them again. But yeah, I feel like this one's just. It's just too chaotic. It's just not. It just.
Don't get me wrong. God of War is coming this week, and I am very excited after reading the reviews on this. Oh my god!
But yeah, but that's not open world, so I don't know why you brought that up.
No, it isn't. It's actually perfect. It sounds a lot more like an Uncharted game or Tomb Raider. Open areas, but like a very focused narrative.
Yeah. No,
have you heard the coolest thing about God of War? What it does?
Isn't it like all one scene? Isn't that
It's all one scene. The camera never cuts away from him. There's no actual cutscenes. It's always from your perspective over his shoulder. And you could play, if you didn't die, you could play the whole game from start to finish, and it never cuts away anywhere. It's totally seamless.
That sounds appealing to me. I mean, first of all, that's the way it is with Skyrim. It's all through. You could watch it through your. I guess that's not necessarily. Well, no, it is.
There's loading screens in Skyrim, and quite a few of them.
So you're in love with the fact that there's no loading screens.
There's no loading screens, and it's the fact that it is all one continuous scene. It doesn't. But like in Skyrim, for instance, you're going into menus, you're talking to people. It's cutting away considerably all the time.
I don't know. That's not why I want to play God of War. I've read some of the sort of review scores on God of War, and it's impressive, and I'm glad that it's a good game. And it's very difficult for me to not buy a PS4. And the only reason I haven't bought a PS4 is because I know I won't play it, because I've got 100 games on the Xbox. I've got like 10 games on the Switch. I've got 300 games on the PC. I know I won't play it, so that's the only reason why I haven't bought one. But the whole idea of it just being one, sort of scene is interesting, and I'm sure it was technically difficult, but I don't feel like it's that massively important.
A lot of people said it when you actually play the game, it does make a massive difference compared to other games, whatever.
Well, I don't know a lot of people, Stu. I don't know.
No, I mean,
I don't know who they are,
reviews.
right?
Not necessarily reading, people that I know, but reading the reviews, what the people are saying who write the reviews.
I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know
difference.
what that would add to my video game if it didn't cut away. Like, I don't know what. If it's a good game, it's a good game. But it feels like a let's do this because it hasn't been done kind of thing.
Maybe.
It's a bit gimmicky.
Well, there is a HUD off mode as well, so you can have it where it is like watching a movie.
Fantastic. Well, if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch a movie.
Watch a movie.
Speaking of which, after I got done with Far Cry 5, I said, you know what? It's time for another Skyrim startup. Let's do it. Yeah. But I didn't want to do the standard opening, so I downloaded the mod that is Live Another Life, where you can start a different way. And I did the one where it throws you were attacked and left for dead, so you start with nothing.
Yeah.
And they left me in Solstheim.
Where's that?
It's where the Dragonborn DLC happens. That boring beige island with the mushrooms.
Oh, fucking hell. You're talking now. I can't remember anything.
Someone's listening and going, you had to start in Solstheim.
Hold on. What happens on that DLC? What happens?
Boat
Yeah. Yeah, that is like really shit fucking...
It was such a boring area. And when I met people, they were like, hey, do this, do that. And one guy had me go bug someone to give him his axe back, and I got that. And it was like, okay, here, you can keep it. And so I sold that for like 150. I needed 250 gold to get back to the mainland because I wasn't going to fast travel. I'm like, I'm playing this for real. And then every other mission that people gave me was like, go into this cave and get that thing back. And like the monsters were way overpowered and I couldn't do anything. So what I ended up doing was chopping wood for like an hour in order to get enough gold back to Skyrim. It was ridiculous.
Oh my god,
By which I mean ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It's really difficult for me to defend you, Duke, when you spend an hour chopping wood.
But here's something cool about my playthrough. I'm playing as someone with milky white eyes. My character's blind.
Again, it's like, really difficult to defend this.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's just purely cosmetic, because you're controlling him, so you'd have to blindfold yourself to make it realistic.
You can't have a blindfold.
No, I'm saying you would have to blindfold yourself while you're playing the game.
He was a blind person. Didn't work.
Yeah, but the person's not really blind, because you're controlling him, aren't you?
Well, that's not the point.
He's just got cool white eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool white eyes.
Yeah.
He's got cool. It's purely cosmetic.
It's cosmetic. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's awesome.
I don't know.
You should have him bump into walls and stuff while you're playing the game. Make it a bit more realistic.
Her.
Or her. Sorry, I didn't realize her lady.
Yes.
She's one of the. Her name is. What's her name? What's my character's name? Here, wait. I'll tell you her name. I looked it up because the backstory is, and I know y'all are really interested. Okoye, she's one of the Dora Milaje from Black Panther. She got kicked out. She got set up and kicked out, and then someone took her to Skyrim and then dumped her in the middle of nowhere and left her for dead. And so now she's working to try to get her dignity back and all that.
I mean, to be fair, this is a relatively new game if you have a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing on the Switch though.
No, I know, but you can pretend, it's a new game because you've only
got
it on the Switch.
That can be your backstory when you play on the game. Yeah. I'm going to pretend that I'm playing on the Switch.
The Switch, there you go.
Eric, why are you dragging your PC to work? Never mind.
Yeah. These motion controls are brilliant.
You just chopped your controller in half and stuck it on the side of your PC, on your monitor.
Awesome.
Yeah. Skyrim. Still repping Skyrim in 2018. You go, Duke.
In 2018.
You go, Duke. Yeah, let's have one from you, Ginny, seeing as Duke just recounted all of his in one go.
Well, Far Cry was kind of one of mine, so you go.
Oh, I'll go then. I've been playing the Yakuza 6 demo.
Ooh.
Because it did finally come out, but that's funny because that's actually out this week anyway. It was probably a couple of weeks ago that I played it and I've forgotten. I was like, oh yeah, I did play that. It's very shiny. It looks nice,
It
you know.
does look nice. I'm just looking at it now. Yeah.
It's very shiny. It's definitely had a big boost in graphics. And the other biggest thing is, again, no loading screens. They've got rid of the loading screens. Weren't that bad before, but you got one if you went into a shop, for instance. You got one in between encounters on the street. So if you encountered some thugs or something, there was like a little loading screen, but it was only like, say, 10 seconds or so. It was never like anything crazy.
See, no loading screens is something that I approve of. So it's not the no cuts or whatever. No loading is fine. Like I'm all for no loading, but the whole it never cuts, it's all one take. I'm like, okay, whatever. Good for you.
Well, we'll see, because I'll be playing it next week. So
but all I'm saying is, if God of War didn't do a one take wonder, right? Yeah. I don't think it would detract from the game. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it would be any less of a game.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. But you know, let's see. Because people are saying it does have an effect on the story and the way
we all know that you're going to say it's amazing. We all know.
Of course I'm going to say it's amazing, because it's going to be amazing, of course. But yeah, I mean, I played the game, and it is the prologue. So that sort of gives you... It's probably about the first hour or so, maybe 40 minutes, hour of the game. So it gives you all the backstory, what's happened up to that point, and then you just get to explore a little bit in the city or the town. But there's so many areas that are sort of blocked off that you can't go into. So you can only get so far, but you can carry on exploring and wandering around. But there wasn't.
Girls have you seen so far?
None, not a single one at this moment in time.
It's not a Yakuza game, is it?
Well, I'm guessing in the full game that stuff will be available.
Don't panic, dude.
I don't think you need to worry. It's all good. One of the biggest changes to this, apart from the no loading screens things, is the way that you level him up now. Because in the previous games, there were sort of different types of fighting styles. And you leveled all those individually, and you unlock different attacks in each of those different fighting styles. They've all been kind of mashed together into one.
One fighting style now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all one thing, but there are the different fighting styles within it. If that kind of makes sense. So they've kind of just combined everything together into one thing. And he's also got stats now, which he didn't have before. So they've added like health stats, attack, defense, evasion, and heat gauge stats. So you can level all that stuff up, which wasn't... I'm not a massive fan of that, to be fair. That was all part of the other things, but you used to have to unlock different parts of the skill trees within each thing to unlock those things, whereas now that's a separate thing on its own. So they kind of streamlined it a lot more and made it a lot probably more accessible, I would have said, to the Western audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether that's the key reason that they've done it, but it does feel like they've made it a lot more accessible. The fighting's as cool as ever. You know, there's a lot of bone crunching stuff going on. There's lots of, you know, cool things that you can pick up and hit people with. You know, the usual sort of bicycles, motorbikes, cones, signs. Whatever's laid to hand, really. You know, a lot of the enemies carry knives, and you can pick those when you've knocked them down and stuff. Some of the, as you can see on the screen, some of them won't attack you straight away now, whereas before, if you came anywhere near sort of a gang of some description, they would attack you instantly. Whereas now you can run away and things like that. So it's not. I used to find it quite annoying sometimes playing the game when you just wanted to get to somewhere,
like Far Cry.
And a gang of thugs would just appear around the corner, and then you'd have to fight them before you could move on with the story mission that you were doing. So that was a bit frustrating, but they've kind of fixed that now by making it that you have to really hang around or bump into them or something now before they'll attack you. So yeah, so far I was impressed with that, and the other cool thing is that the save file will carry over to the main game when I get it. So
that should be on demos.
Yeah, especially longer demos that last, that are an hour or so long. You don't want to have to do that whole hour again.
No.
So it carries straight over, and you can just carry on from where you left off in the demo.
Nice.
Which is great. Hopefully that will work. He says there's no guarantee, but hopefully that'll work. So
life is guaranteed.
I know exactly. Exactly.
Brutal. He just stabs somebody and then kneed the knife into his stomach.
Oh yeah. There are tons of these. The other thing they've added is they've expanded a hell of a lot on the heat actions. So basically, as you're bashing people, you have a heat gauge that slowly builds up. And once that's full, you can start doing all these special moves. I'm assuming the kneed knife into the stomach, it will be one of the heat actions that you can pull off once you've got enough heat.
Right.
They've always been there, but they're usually things like ramming people's face into the wall, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, at this moment when he walks into a shop in the original games, there would be a loading screen for that.
Do you have to eat in the game?
No, you don't have to eat. But what eating does is replenish any health you've lost in a fight. So if you had a fight, you can go into like a sushi bar or, you know, go to a street vendor and get some food, and then that'll just refill up your health bar for you.
Okay. It looks like it updates your stats as well.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes, yeah, depending on what you're eating, will affect different parts of your stats in this newer version in Yakuza 6. It didn't used to. All eating did in the past was just fill your health gauge back up.
Okay.
And what you used to do, you used to buy like supplies from the chemist or from local convenience stores, and they have like stamina X and things like that'll sort of refill your stamina gauge and health whatever, and that'll fill that up. And you still have to carry those in your inventory when you're having a fight, which was kind of cool. You could stop at any time and refill your health bar, so it wasn't one of these where when you were fighting, whatever health you started with, that's what you had. You know, as long as you took plenty of stuff in your inventory, you could keep on refilling stuff as you were losing health and fighting in the game. But it's great. I can't wait. I mean, I'm going to leave it though. I think I'm going to concentrate on God of War, get that out of the way, and then sink my teeth into the new Yakuza game.
Indeed.
And it's going to be another double year because this is out obviously this week, and then later in the year, Yakuza Kiwami 2's coming out. So that's a remake of the second game.
Gee, there's so many Yakuza games. It's ridiculous.
There is, and I mean the remakes are just amazing when you look.
Do you think there's a risk of being burnt out on them?
I don't know. It's weird, right? I thought that last year because obviously I played I played Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami last year, so I played 2 Yakuza games, and I think there's enough time between them. There's like 6 months between the releases this year.
But
like last year.
Yeah, but like I used to play the Assassin's Creeds every year. And I used to get a little bit like, and that was a year.
Playing 2 a year.
And like Call of Duty as well. People play Call of Duty every year and they get burnt out on that. Don't you think there's a risk of burning out on it, or?
No, do you know why I think that is? Because the stories are really good. They always have a really good story.
I can't.
Well, I mean the
story from the last one.
Well, Yakuza 0, for instance, the story in that was this. It all started off with a murder mystery, in effect, where this guy gets murdered in an empty lot. In the middle of the town, and all the different mafia groups, all the different Yakuza groups within that town want this plot of land, but you're not really sure why, and it's all this big conspiracy, and the government's involved, and all the mafia's involved, and all these different people are fighting over this single tiny plot of land that doesn't seem to be worth anything to anyone. You know, and there's a lot of sort of politics goes on within each Yakuza clan and all the different captains and who's trying to backstab who. The stories are really deep, you know, and there's a lot, you know, on the face of it, you look at these games and think it's karaoke and bars where girls are dressed in skimpy outfits and gambling.
It's not just that we think that, it's that's in the game, right?
That's in the game, but that's
not all there is.
That's kind of the superficial stuff.
Yeah,
kind of like
surface level of naked girls and.
Yeah, but there's no naked girls. Just to clarify, there are no naked girls in Yakuza.
Smirch the fine, upstanding name of the Yakuza games.
Yeah, but there isn't. There's no naked girls. There's no real smuttiness. I guess there's some tongue-in-cheek like the S&M thing in the last game. You know, there's always going to be those sorts of crazy side missions. But again, they're totally optional, and I've said this so many times now. The side missions are a kind of juxtaposition to the main stories in the games, because the main stories are very serious normally, very dark. You know, bad stuff's going down, and I think the reason that you have these sort of very tongue-in-cheek weird side missions is kind of a bit of light relief from the seriousness of the main story missions that you're doing.
Yeah, I can dig it.
And I think that's why they're there. They're just there as a bit of light relief, you know, after you've done some heavy stuff. Because there's always some real bad stuff going down. Do you know what I mean, in the main story? So yeah, I love these games, and I'm really looking forward to playing it next week. So yeah, the demo was fine. You know, I really like the demo, so I have no concerns over this game. I don't know whether it's going to be as good story as previous ones, but we'll wait and see.
We'll see.
Over to you, Chinny.
Freak out. I've been playing a little bit of Golf Story.
Oh, you're back on that?
Yeah, well, it's on the Switch, and I was in. I was stopping at a hotel this week for work, so I thought, hey, bit of Golf Story, and that game's fun, man. I like it. It's a game for people that don't know if they forgot what it was. It's a sort of top-down golf game, and it's 3-click system on golf. So it's like adjust your power, adjust your you press one click to start the shot, one click to adjust your power, one click to the accuracy. It's kind of like how golf games were back in the day, and yeah, it's a very tongue-in-cheek sort of golf game. It's got a lot of charm. It's British made, and it for a game that where you just hit the ball, it's surprisingly versatile. I find it finds lots of different things to do. For example, there's frisbee golf in the game. That's sort of introduced fairly early on. There's sort of quests, so you basically the game starts out and your wife's leaving you because she doesn't believe in your dream, which is to be a professional golf player. And she's like, yeah, no. So she's all like, nah, fam, don't want to do it. And you're like, I'm going to do it anyway. So you go to the thing and you want to get coached, but you have to prove yourself. And we can't do it until you clear these moles out. And then you've got to hit the golf balls in the, they put like a GPS tracker in the balls, and then you hit the golf balls to the moles, and then they pick them up, and then you find out where they're going, and then you find out that they're being possessed. You find out that the moles are being possessed by someone, and all. Look, it's really dumb, but funny, and it continues to surprise me. I kind of think, like, how far can they go in this game where you're just hitting a fucking ball. But they always find there's turtles in the water, and you've got to use the if you hit it in a certain area in the water, it'll bounce off the turtle, and then go further.
How old are these turtles?
I don't know.
Would you say they're fully grown children? Are they maybe in between?
There might be teenage, but there might be something wrong with them.
Are they like normal turtles, or are they have they been affected by some?
No, they've been affected by some sort of chemical element, I believe.
Do they fight back in any way?
They do fight back, and they all sort of listen to this big giant rat for advice.
Nice.
Yeah. Transformers. So anyway, the game's really good, and I'm surprisingly shocked at what it keeps throwing at me. And what it keeps making me do. The actual mechanics, the golf mechanics are really good. There's little other things as well. It's like this, you find this guy and he's really into digging up shit, and you get a dig wedge or something like a shovel wedge, and you use that to dig out things like treasure in the different maps. And then there's one bit where it's I discovered it by accident. I just hit this thing, and there's a mini golf course that I don't have access to, and every time I walk up to it, the bouncers are like, "Hey, get the fuck back, man!" They don't say that, but that kind of thing. And you have to figure out how to get in there. And then I realised there's these little switches that you have to hit around the map, and then you hit 4 of them, and then you open up that. But I haven't done that yet. The frisbee golf are the douchebags of the course. No, the golfers don't like frisbee golf; they think it's shit. And the frisbee golf are all trendy hipsters. You know what I mean? Bruh. And you have to play frisbee golf to get them off the green. It's just funny, and there's different.
It's like if Animal Crossing and Mario Golf had a baby.
A little bit. It's
just weird. I mean, it's just
the comparison. The comparison to Mario or Mario World isn't too far away, because the whole sort of changing of the worlds and stuff, you know what I mean? Because there's different worlds in this game, and there's different things you can play, like different areas, and there's the first world is standard sort of green world, and there's nothing overly special about it. The second one is prehistoric, so it's all dinosaurs and stuff. for some reason. Not quite sure why. And then the next one is like, but it's in the air. So you know how Mario has like a water level and an air level and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that. So the one in the air has like birds flying around, and all the birds are going fucking ape shit, and you have to work out why. And obviously the one in the air, the wind is more stronger there. There's another level that you don't have access to yet. There's loads of levels that I don't have access to yet, but there's one where it's like it's snowing, so obviously that's going to play as a factor. But yeah, it's basically just there's a main quest and there's a little side quest, and the little side quest teach you a little bit about like a mechanic that you don't know about, and the main quest gets you through the story, and it's really cute, really funny. Not the type of thing that I play very often, but because I was looking for something to play on the Switch, it hit all the right notes. And I have got Mario Odyssey, and I still haven't got like 500 moons or whatever it is, and I still need to do that. But I really like playing it. It's a really good game just to sort of, I've had a few bits where I've been working away. We was in Exeter this week, and and I just, a couple of hours, we get to the hotel, we have something to eat, and then I just chill out on the bed and play this for like a couple of hours. It's great. I love it.
I do almost feel like, though, I look at this game and I feel like Nintendo went to this developer and went, look, we want some sort of like Mario Golf type game on here, but we just haven't got time to develop one. Here's a rough outline of what we want. Can you make that?
I don't think Mario Golf is a very different thing, though. I don't know if you've ever played a Mario Golf.
I did play it a long time ago on the Game Boy, so a very early iteration of it, I guess.
Yeah, Mario Golf is very, very, very different to... actually, just watching this video, I've just learnt something new. How about that?
It does look like a Nintendo game, though, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But yeah, it's really good, really funny. British humour, British dialogue. It actually, and it uses text, and I don't like text, but it's always really short, and it uses the text boxes in really funny ways. Like, if someone asks something sarcastically, they'll like it'll tilt the text a little bit, and you kind of know what it means. It does a really really clever job of doing that stuff. So that's Golf Story on the Switch. So I recommend it. It's not the cheapest, but it's pretty fun. I enjoy it.
No, I think if I had a Switch, this would definitely be the sort of game.
I think you would really like it, Stu. I think.
Yeah, I like the look of it. Just looking at it, I like the look of it.
I haven't tried, like, I don't know if there is multiplayer. I haven't, because there is just a play mode. This is the story mode. There is just a play mode. I've never tried it. But yeah, I'd be interested to play if anybody has it. So that's Golf Story for me. Done.
Very good. I've also played some more of Outlast 2 this week. I'm up to about 2.5 hours, 3 hours in.
I heard somebody berated you on Twitter for liking this game. I
know. What is the matter with people?
I can't remember who it was, but they said Outlast 2 sucks and you're crazy for liking it. It was
I think it was Jason Gallagher. He said, "What are you doing playing that baby killing simulator?" I think was his phrase, or something of that nature.
Like it's a bad thing, Jason.
Yeah, there is. I don't really know what's going on totally with the story. You've gone to find these missing people in this abandoned place where there's not meant to be anyone, and then there's this weird religious cult, and then there's some weird thing with babies and impregnating people going on.
Right. I thought you haven't been playing Far Cry 5.
I know, yeah. And then there's some weird ceremony where they rip the baby out of the woman or something. It's very, yeah. So I know what Jason means. I know what he means, because there is a lot of baby killing stuff potentially going to happen and stuff. But it is very dark. It is very scary. I've played the section that I played in the demo originally. I am playing the story mode, so I'm playing it on its very easiest setting here. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Seiju.
Voice.
I know, no, but I don't want no challenge. I just want to enjoy the story, and sort of, you still shit yourself, and you still can get killed. There is still enemies there. There's just not as many of them, and the sort of perception, I guess, how far they can see ahead of you or perceive that you're there isn't as acute as it is on the higher difficulty levels.
Yeah.
But you still run into people, and they still kill you, pretty quickly if you do get sort of grabbed by someone. But it's good. I am enjoying it. You find a lot of bit of story by picking up letters, and like I say, I do like this little mechanic of just taking a photo of it, and then you can just review it on your camera to read it.
Stu, can you see yourself finishing it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I played, like I say, I put quite a bit of time in. I'm going to try and get some time in before God of War appears on the horizon this week.
Are you going to push this aside for God of War, basically, if you've run out of time?
No, I'm going to try and get it finished, I think.
God of War is really making me want to buy a PS4, by the way.
I know. I can see why. It's, you know, if you're going off the reviews, what is it, 95 on Metacritic off 83 reviews or 84 reviews or something? That is obviously vying for the highest score ever on Metacritic, isn't it? A 95.
I feel like you know, there's so many good games. I can justify a PS4. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many great games.
All the Uncharted games that you've missed. There's so many games you could be playing on the PS4.
Yeah. No, I am tempted.
You know, and they're not that. Let's be honest here. These days, you can pick one up for less than £200. Then it's not like it's a huge investment anymore.
Oh, I'll get a Pro.
Just do the right thing and get one. Jesus.
Yeah, just do the right thing, man. You know you want to play God of War.
I'll get a Pro though.
Yeah, because you've got a 4K TV. Haven't you?
If there's one mistake that I made was buying an Xbox S. I do regret it. Buying the S.
Yeah.
I wish I bought an X and just forked out the extra money and bought one. Which I still might do. But
So let me ask you a question. Would you have because you've got a 4K TV in the living room, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes, you have. So would you rig up the PS4 to that then?
No, I just rigged it in my office.
But you haven't got a 4K monitor in there, have you?
So
what's the point of getting a Pro?
The I don't know. Downscaling, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
4K looks good in 4K, but 4K looks good in 1080 as well.
I guess
there is a difference.
It just seems an odd decision if you.
And also future-proof it. You know.
Well, yeah, I guess there is that. As well. But
more likely to last longer.
I don't know. I think you would enjoy a lot of games that are on the PS4 that you can't play in other places.
Oh yeah, no, and all the shit we give you. Like, I think I would try a Yakuza game. To be honest though, it's just the fucking time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have fucking time to play the shit I have, Stu.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Let's be honest about Yakuza though. They're big games, but they're not crazy big. Don't get me wrong. There is stuff you can do on the side if you want to do everything, but an average playthrough is probably about 30 hours.
Let me ask you this question, Stuart. What would you rather me do? Buy a PS4 or play The Witcher 3? How about that?
Oh God, there's a question.
Off, Stu. Main story Yakuza 5, howlongtobeat.com, 41 hours. Oh, it's not it's not a huge game.
Well, I said 30. I wasn't far off. It's only another 10.
Oh, that's huge.
So what would you rather me do?
I don't know. I think if I'm being totally honest, I want to hear what you think of The Witcher. So I would say get to play The Witcher 3.
Right, there's no, and God of War's going to come down in price. Like, I know it's like,
yeah, that's the thing. They had the Shadow of War was on sale this weekend for like $35. I was like, damn, it's almost half off, and it hasn't even been a year.
Assassin's Creed Origins was 35.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I want to play those, but I'm not dying to play them, and they're gonna get cheaper in the next sale. So
the only thing you get when you play it when it comes out is the sort of talking about it when everybody's playing it feeling, which is
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must admit, I can't wait, man. After reading some of that, because you do wonder, it's a whole reboot. They've done a whole different thing than they've ever done before we God of War, and you're like, it's a bit of an experiment. Is it going to work? Yeah, but not 83 individual people can't be wrong, can they?
Of course they can. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, video games.
Yeah.
Video games. Tuscan's saying an average story in Yakuza's.
Part of Outlast 2?
What?
No, there's not a lot else to say about Outlast 2. That's kind of it for that.
Wait, no. I don't think I'm coming through here. It looks like I'm looking at an email screen. Is that in the game?
All that stuff's in the game, yeah.
Oh my God, that looks like the most boring game ever.
Well, it's weird.
I know.
Picking up the story.
It's just weird. There's an email interface in this horror game.
Yeah, well, they're going for realism, kind of. listening. Go through your emails. Yeah, Tuscan's saying 60-ish hours to complete the story. And yeah, it's not that. I don't think it is that long. I don't think I've ever played.
Tuscan is the PS4 fanboy pro. I would believe him. Anyway, never mind. Right, fuck Outlast 2 and PS4 and everything. What else have you been playing? Or who's going next, Stu?
Well, Duke can't. He said he's mentioned everything he's played. Is that right, Duke?
That's right. I'm done.
That's right. And have you said everything you? Oh no, we've got a way out to go.
A way out, yeah.
Let's go with that.
So for people that have been long anticipating the second part of my playthrough of A Way Out, or none of you, it's now on the internet, or it's going to be by the time you hear this. So yeah, I went through A Way Out. I last week, or sorry, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I escaped jail. That's where I was, so it wasn't far in. But I've played it for another hour and 40 minutes today, and it's kind of moving along nicely. It does get better out when you break out, I have to say, Stu. It definitely does.
Yeah, I said that. It definitely it's far less cliched once you get out of prison.
Yeah,
at the moment,
because when you're in prison, even without the Shawshank Redemption nods, you kind of know where it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of know what's going to happen. Whereas when you break out of prison, then you're like, well, I don't know where this story's going to go. I have no idea where it's going now. I do have a bit of prediction on what's going to happen at the end, but I won't say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything.
But I've got to. So yeah, so you know, we repaired a car and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that was a little bit tedious.
It was okay. I didn't find it too bad.
Why the hell did he keep his spare tire up on the loft?
There's a lot of that weird shit. There's a lot of like. So
who keeps your spare tire in the loft?
The stupidest thing, right, is like, so you know, I won't go into it too much, but you're in somebody's house because you've distracted them, right? That's what happened in my game. So I distracted them. They went off for, you know, it could be 5 minutes, it could be half an hour. You have no idea how long they're gone. So you both go into their house, not to rob them, but to basically steal like a car and a gun. So you're not like just burglaring them, but you go in and they've got like a fucking banjo in there and a piano, and you're just playing the instruments in their thing. Yeah. And you're thinking, like, they could be back any minute. And me and Marsha on the piano and the banjo are just like going, yeah, here we go, trying to get a band together. And you're just fucking around. There's loads of little things to fiddle with in the house, and it just seems really dumb that they gave you that option to do it. You know,
there is a lot of detail in that respect.
No, but like, I don't mind the detail when you've got the time to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but realistically, you know, I can play the guitar. If I was on the run and I distracted somebody from their house to steal their truck, I wouldn't pick up the guitar and go check out Wonderwall, because I fucking nailed it.
Not the guitar enough.
Yeah, well, maybe not, but I don't know. I just thought that was really dumb. Like, I get like they want you to sort of play with everything, which is really good that they do that, but maybe in that scene I thought it was a little bit silly. But it's good. I find it.
I think I'm just beyond where you are, or you might just be beyond where we are. We just jacked the car basically.
I know. I'm probably a little bit further than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm further than you then. It's because there's a lot more after that.
Yeah, you must be.
That I've done. Yeah, basically we're starting to get guns now, which is cool. So the acting is really bad. There's no like, I've made my mind up about it now. Before I was kind of like, but some of it is like, man, you better be careful with that. You know, it's like really bad delivery, and you're kind of wondering what's going on here. Like, what is, you know, is it his mate that's doing the acting? Like, it's really. I mean, like,
let's be honest though. Let's be honest. This is an indie game, and
yeah, but like that's not my problem. That's not my problem.
No,
that's not my problem, Stu. You know, I don't care.
The budget probably didn't stretch to really good voice actors.
Not my thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't watch a film and go, "Well, like they didn't have the budget for this, so they have to do this." You don't do that. You just go, "Well, they should." You know, that ain't my.
Slacking that.
Not my problem. My problem is they've sold me a game, and the thing is, they've sold this like immersive movie-like experience, and it breaks every time they talk, which is a lot.
Yeah, is it like heavy rain?
Well, it's not as bad as Heavy Rain, but I do have trouble with it, like massive trouble. Both characters, one of them can barely talk, and the other one just delivers lines like he's bored, like the actor was just bored. You know,
I must admit, I didn't think that, but I'm going to be looking out for it now when I'm playing it again.
It's the more serious guy. It's Vincent, so it's not Leo. Leo's the sort of Elvis-looking chap. It's Vincent. He's the one that he sounds bored all the time, and you just think, God, like, just some of the readings are just awful, and I'm shocked. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? It's like early Elder Scrolls kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just really bad stuff.
I mean, I don't remember it being that bad, but that's maybe just me not remembering it being that bad.
It's not every line, but like, I don't know. It's just sometimes I just hear it and I just think, poof, you know, yes, let's do that. We should do that now, you know. But the game's good. The actual playing the game, there's lots of things in the game that you can only do co-op, and there's a moment coming up just after. I'm guessing you haven't driven that car that you've.
We've just started to drive it, and I was driving, Millie was doing the other part of that bit, and obviously because she's a girl, you know, she was a bit rubbish at doing what she would need to be doing.
That's
if you
very,
know what I mean.
very, very sexist of you. But let's gloss over that. That chase is really good. What happens there?
Yeah, no, it started good, and then she failed.
It's very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult.
So I don't know whether I should drive and whether she should drive and I do the other bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I did the shooting, and it is a very difficult moment of the game to do that. But yeah, after that is an interesting sequence which I won't spoil. And there's a few after that actually. It does get better. It looked great. By the way, the because she's a girl was just a joke. Yes. All right.
she's not very competent with a controller, shall we say? Is probably more the reason.
So.
Oh. Get it? I get jokes.
So I like A Way Out. I think it's a good game. I just realised I never put the A Way Out on the stream, but yeah, it's a good game. I think it's good fun. But don't expect to have, you know, like amazing cinematic. Like don't expect it, because it kind of looks like an Uncharted, or you know what I mean. It could be that level of immersion with the storyline or with the characters, but you're not going to get that. You're going to get a decent co-op game that's fun and going to introduce things that I haven't done in a co-op game before. But apart from that, I don't think you're going to get much else. But it's definitely worth playing, because it's definitely I
desperately want to finish it really and get more into it, but due to Millie's revision at the moment, it's very difficult. I mean, she revised all of yesterday and of today.
It's not my fault that you picked the wrong co-op partner.
I did at the wrong time.
Could have picked me.
I know, but Millie really wanted to play this, so I know I couldn't have picked you anyway. Well, not unless I bought it on Steam.
Oh, you bought it on the PS4? Because... Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on PS4.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But yeah, it's just a bit of a. We will get there, but we just need to find some time to put in, and it's like I say, more Millie's fault than mine.
Yep. So there you go. That's the way out. That's it. Done.
That's it. The only other game I've played, I'm not going to say a whole lot about this if I'm being really honest, is a game called Enigmatic 3: The Shadow of Carcala.
What?
Yeah, quite. It's just a demo. There was a demo on the PS4. I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. It sounds a bit sort of, you know, intriguing, the title of this game. I'll give it a look. It's basically one of these hidden object games.
Oh my
God. People seem to love these things. I mean, I've been on Steam because obviously I was like, I wonder if it's on Steam, and it's very positive. People love these types of games, don't they? These like.
See, that's the thing. The only people who are going to bother to write a review of these are the people who like them. How many people are taking a chance on them?
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. That's true. I mean, it's not very expensive. It's like $6.99 on Steam. It's all right. You know, it's a pretty bog standard puzzle game. The artwork's quite nice. You know,
it doesn't look like your average hidden object game, I have to say, because you're like falling out of an aeroplane right now.
Oh yeah, they've thought about it. The voice acting is truly awful. I mean, if you think A Way Out is bad, then you want to listen to this.
Yeah. Well, we can on the stream, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very wooden. So it's not great in that regard. But I must admit, the puzzles that I've come across are pretty good. They're like plane sets on fire. There's loads of bad shit going down, and this is kind of a flash forward. So the game starts off with this flash forward and then goes back to how it all began.
Like A Way Out.
Yeah, how you ended up on the. Let's have a look.
He took Emily from me, remember?
Rick, I know, but we can't let anger cloud our judgment. That will only lead to us making mistakes. And Rick!
That is really like
us making mistakes.
That's like the master of unlocking, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, I thought you was playing A Way Out then. Would you? What?
It's not that bad. No way is A Way Out as bad as that.
A Way Out does start with a flash forward on a plane, though. How weird is that?
Oh yeah, yeah, it does, and he keeps coming back to that as well.
Yeah,
by the way, you get a little cutscene.
I'm ahead of you, Stu. I know that it does that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit cheap in that respect, but you know what? I wasn't massively unimpressed with it. Some of the puzzles were kind of neat.
When you say hidden object game, this looks way better than your average hidden object game.
It is. There is more effort gone into this. Like I said, it's a pity the voice acting is so. It would have been better. Do you know what? I really think it would have been better had it just been text on screen. I'd have kind of been more okay with that.
I would prefer terrible voice acting.
Would you?
Because at least you can laugh at it then.
I guess.
Because I don't read.
But yeah, I think like the interface works pretty well. It just feels a bit generic. I guess is the best description I can use. It's similar to most of these like puzzle type games that I've played.
Put the batteries in the torch. Put the batteries in the torch. There you go.
Put the batteries in
this
the
looks
torch.
pretty good.
It's all right. Honestly,
Game of the year. Game of the year.
It's sort of all right. I've definitely played worse.
And this is the third one, Stu.
This is the third in the series. Yeah.
Two others to enjoy after this.
I've missed out on.
Wow.
But I don't think I'll be buying this anytime soon because I think I've got more interesting games to play than this at the moment. But it's worth checking out the demo just to see whether you like it or not, I guess.
Fair enough.
Well, there you go. And that's kind of it, I guess, for what we've been playing this week. So it's time for some news.
Oh, yeah, time for the news, baby. Get ready. Here it comes. Any minute now, as soon as I can. What did I do with Oh, it's the second row of things is why.
Putting news first.
At some point, I'll have to put PUBG down because the PUBG creator...
I know, there's PUBG news.
The PUBG creator, Brendan, PlayerUnknown Green, wants to support the Battle Royale game for the next 20 years. Speaking at the BAFTA Awards, Green said, "We want to do this game for the next 20 years. We really want to build out a platform for the game modes and possible esports. We're committed to supporting this game for a long time, so we are there." So yes, I'm guessing, hopefully, within those 20 years, I will get a solo chicken dinner at some point. So
maybe, you never know.
So there's light at the end of the tunnel.
But let's be honest here. Why would you want the gravy train to stop? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, especially if you could make more money off of a PUBG 2 at some.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
What is a PUBG 2?
Like, yeah, what is that?
I
think
it
just keeps updating this one.
I feel like the
trains though.
The platform of games has changed a lot. Whereas like they can update what they want. And it's PUBG, you know what I mean? Like, there's no point for it to... Like, Minecraft, I think, changed that mentality. So if they wanted to make changes or improvements and things like that, they just do it on the current game. Like, people expect the game to be updated. And in fact, if they don't update the game, people drop off. So it's that constant update in the game that keeps people alive. I'm not reading that because that's boring. Myst celebrates its 25th anniversary. Oh my god! With a 7-game collector's box. As much as we love, yeah, yes, I do have an ad blocker. You fucking stupid website. As much as we love to snark about Myst and its obtuse puzzles, around here. This is on Rock Paper Shotgun. It's hard to deny that the nearly 25-year-old adventure series influence on the industry. Developers Cyan are aiming to celebrate the upcoming anniversary with the release of a boxed collector's edition release of all 7 games in the series, polished up, tweaked, and turned to make them all play nice within modern machines, all wrapped up in a very authenticating-looking package. Duke, do you have any interest in buying that bloody game?
The only reason I would want to do that is because it would let me play Exile Mist 3. That's the only one I want to play again that I haven't played in a while. It was on the PS2 and the original Xbox. It doesn't work on the PC. It's got some weird bug that it won't work now. But I'm not going to buy this, no.
Have you heard what is in this fancy pants super duper edition?
No, I don't really care that much.
It's kind of cool. Let me
He's
just
going to tell you.
He's going to tell you anyway, because the listeners might be interested in this. But the extra fancy version comes with an LCD video screen built into the box that shows famous scenes from all the games when the book is open. So it comes as the book.
This book, oh my god!
It is. Unsurprisingly, this costs a lot and bumps up the price to about £120. It is for that, or $169.
Blah blah blah. Right, anyway,
Yeah.
Myst is old. Old games are old. Anyway, GTA 5 has made more money than any film, book, or game, says Dude. Industry analyst Doug Krutz says Grand Theft Auto 5 has made more money than any other form of media in history, with over 90 million units sold and $6 billion in revenue. Krutz.
That is just fucking crazy, isn't it?
Krutz, managing director and senior research analyst covering the media and entertainment sector at Cowen, told MarketWatch, I know you're all reading MarketWatch, that the game has made more than blockbuster movies like Star Wars and Gone with the Wind, which both brought in around about $3 billion in theaters when adjusted for inflation. Krutz estimates that even with home entertainment sales, which he put at a ballpark, $1 billion, the films don't even come close to Rockstar's 2013 title. So,
Damn.
GTA.
I can't believe that they sold 90 million copies of it.
Yep, it's
always
in the top 10. It's always doing well. It's just a beast.
90 million. That you can't even conceive that amount of.
But like the thing is, the
copies of
people
game.
when it came out in 2013, there are kids playing it today that probably wasn't born or like very very young.
I'm sure that's true.
You know, I know that my friend's lad who's 5 plays GTA and he loves it. All right, and you say what you want about his parenting. I know, right?
Wow.
Listen, I know. But the he's a very sweet kid. He's not like a murderer or anything.
He says walking around going, "Hey, you motherfucker."
No, he's a very nice young lad.
Yeah, but look, I let Millie play when she was about 12, right? When GTA 5, because I thought, oh yeah, she can drive around and stuff in this bit because there's nothing going on. It's not part of the story mode or anything. And she just walked past some random character who was like, "Hey, you motherfucker, you've been fucking with my boyfriend or something." I was like, oh shit. You know, you can't stop that random stuff from happening while you're wandering around the city.
I don't know. Anyway, it's what I'm saying is that you know, there are people playing it that were too young to play it. So it's like again like Minecraft, where it's like new generations are playing it. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. This is a game that I've been interested in for a long time, but it hasn't been released. It's taken a while to come out. It's called Spy Party. Spy Party, everybody. Spy Party.
Yeah, this looks very interesting, I have to say.
I remember seeing gameplay for this years ago, like 2009 sort of era. And basically what it is, I'll explain it a little bit, is you've got it might have changed a little bit, but you've got a sniper looking into a room, right? And this sniper is trying to kill its target. Its target is another real player. So the sniper is a real player, and the spy is a real player. And the sniper has to kill the spy, but the spy has to pretend to be normal in this room. So normal in this situation means kind of acting like an AI character in some way. You know what I mean? So like, it's very much like Assassin's Creed multiplayer, where you had to kind of act like an AI character. So all these AI, NPCs and stuff around these rooms start to do suspicious things, like one will put a briefcase on the floor, or one will pass something to another person, or one will just look shifty. Do you know what I mean? One will just look a bit weird. So the sniper doesn't know which one's which, but he'll look for an AI character that kind of moves like a real person, but the real person will try and move like an AI character. So there you go. It
looks very interesting, doesn't it?
So it's all kind of like James Bond noir-esque type shit, and it looks totally different to when I watched it. I'm looking at it now, and it looks so much more polished. When I looked at it, it looked like the characters look more like fucking Minecraft characters than anything else. But yeah, there you go. So that's Spy Party, and it's
yeah. I mean the guy it's been in closed beta for ages, hasn't it? Apparently,
it's ridiculous.
It's
so now it's entering early access after a decade of development. So yeah, that's good. I'm really happy, because it was a game that I honestly thought it came out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those games that just came out and passed and went, and it just wasn't very good. But,
I mean, this could be a good sort of Twitch stream game for us two to play.
Absolutely, yeah. We'd have to both buy it.
Well, £20 it is.
We'd have to vow to not see each other, not to look at the stream or something, because then you'd know, wouldn't you? So.
Oh yeah, gosh, that's true. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. So.
But it does look very cool, I've got to say. I like the sort of idea behind the game. I think it's kind of a very interesting.
But I remember this came out before Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, like the concept of it, because I remember thinking that the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was like Spy Party. So that shows you how long ago this game is. I don't know why it's taken so long. I have no idea, but it's there. So it's all good. Spy Party. Check it out.
Worth a look.
Check it out. I need to swap the scene on the stream.
Scene.
Other news now. Red Dead Redemption has now got an Xbox One X enhanced mode. So I really did fuck up, and I should have got the X, but
you did.
Never mind. That's that. Game collector finds drugs hidden inside NES cartridge. I feel like we've read another story where somebody found drugs in a game.
There was definitely something similar to this.
Somebody found drugs in GTA, I think.
They did. It was a bit more topical, wasn't it, last time?
So, I don't know. Go figure. Somebody hid drugs and... La-da-da-da-da. BAFTA Awards crown unexpected game. So the BAFTA Awards happened.
Best game. The best game was an unexpected.
Yeah. So the best game was... oh dear. What remains of Edith Finch?
Of course it was, because it's a fucking great game.
There are lots of categories. I'm not going to go through them all. Yeah, but Hellblade did well, and the reason it did well, was because it's a British award for a British developer. So they all bummed him. Breath of the Wild, Game Innovation, Music, Cuphead, well done. Original Property, Horizon. There's lots of others. Stu's going to read them, even though I said let's move on.
I'm not going to read them. No, that's fine.
Okay.
By the way, I was pleased. Can I just say there is one category I'd like to mention?
I told you.
Only one. Only one.
I was
very pleased that best narrative was Night in the Woods. That was kind of cool that I got that.
No one cares about the game. I think only 3 people have played that game. It's ridiculous.
I don't think that's true.
And only 2 of them liked it. Right.
Whatever.
Billy Mitchell. Do we know who Billy Mitchell is?
We do. We do know.
Duke, you familiar with? So people that watched King of Kongs, was it?
He is the King of Kong, man.
So he's the kind of.
Should we say he was the King of Kong?
He's the bad guy in the movie. He's kind of deemed as the sort of villain in the movie, and he's very he's got a big ego. He's got this brand of sauce that he tries to sell all the time. But recently he's been sort of accused of cheating, like basically not cheating, but the tape he submitted for his record-breaking attempt was done on an emulator. Now, I don't want to go into the details. I have heard people talk about the details, but basically there is ways that pixels load in, I think, on an emulator, which is different to the CRT version of it.
There is that, but the other thing that apparently you can do is redo parts of the game if he dies. And so it's almost like he could have unlimited lives.
Well,
and things like that.
That's the thing. Like, if he is playing it on an emulator, then it opens up all these things that he could do. So if you're playing it on the original version, then you can't cheat. But they found, I mean, he could have done the record. Do you know what I mean? He could have actually done the record, but he was playing it on...
It's tainted.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
he's playing it on an emulator.
It has to be on an original Monkey. Donkey Kong board. It has to be on the original.
This happened
board.
a while ago, and they took his name off the list on the website of record breakers, and they sort of just went and it just read under investigation, and now they stripped him off it. Yeah.
I know that monkey. His name is Donkey.
Monkeys aren't donkeys. Stop trying to confuse me.
Yeah, so he's all gone. All his records, they've all been stripped and deleted.
Good for him.
Serves him right for cheating.
Radical Heights already stands out against PUBG and Fortnite. What's Radical Heights, I hear you say? Radical Heights is a video game that has a lot of baggage. So this is the Lawbreakers dude. This is Cliffy B.
Cliffy B, baby.
So Cliffy B, obviously famous for Gears of War, and he released a game called Lawbreakers, and that came out roughly about the same time as Overwatch, and blamed Overwatch for the kind of decline of his game. It's very similar to Overwatch, class-based online multiplayer game. The only sort of thing you could do in Lawbreakers that you couldn't do in Overwatch was shoot backwards. And whereas Overwatch charms you with its characters and its with its style, Lawbreakers looks very generic. And and Cliffy B sort of went on record and said, it was bad timing. It was because Overwatch came out, and that's that. And if it wasn't for Overwatch, it would be fine. So, rather than making an original game, Cliffy B decides to make a Battle Royale game instead. So I don't know what he's going to play.
He's decided to do the same thing, hasn't he? He's
yeah.
Battle Royale, let's do that.
Yeah, but like at least with Lawbreakers, Overwatch wasn't... When he was making Lawbreakers, Overwatch probably wasn't out by then. You know what I mean? He probably came up with that idea organically, and it was just sort of bad luck that Overwatch came out. Whereas... now it's like he didn't think of a Battle Royale game. He saw PUBG and just went, I'm going to make a version of it.
Except his is a sort of 80s inspired.
That ain't enough.
It's got BMXs, man.
That ain't going to be. I haven't played the game, so I don't want to say too much because I might play it and think it's brilliant, but that ain't drawing me in at all. Like that ain't.
The other thing, have you seen what the biggest difference between this and PUBG is? The sort of the map split into like a grid. It's like a grid system rather than a circle. And the way the grid system works is they can, for instance, you could have just one narrow corridor of grids open at the end rather than just one particular area. So they sort of eliminate different grids on the map.
Tweaking a formula that already works. It's not enough. It's not enough.
I guess, but that's what they've done with this. I have got a question for you though, Chinny, as you're a big PUBG player, etc.
Indeed,
yeah. It seems like by the end of this year, it's just going to be complete.
Tracy, wrong.
Sorry.
It's just going to be completely oversaturated with battle royale games or modes in games, isn't it?
Duke, was you going to say something?
What do you mean going to be?
Oh, right.
It's going to be. We're going to have too many of these stupid.
Yes, that is the case. What's your question?
Well, I was going to say, is it going to just implode and people are just going to just go off the whole battle royale thing because there's just so much of it around?
Do I think it's going to implode? Is that the question?
Yeah, do you think that there's going to be a point where people are like, I've just had enough of Battle Royale shit. There's that much of it around. I'm not. And the sort of player base for all of these games is going to drop off dramatically. There you go. That's good.
So I don't think the player base will drop off dramatically for Fortnite or PUBG. I think that it's kind of like the World of Warcraft thing that happened, where World of Warcraft came out. It's a brilliant business model, subscription, right? Every business wants a subscription model because it's just a guaranteed way to forecast your profit and all that sort of stuff. So everybody wants subscription. Everybody looked at World of Warcraft. Everybody started making MMOs. Only a few MMOs stick, and then at a certain point, it's like a room, right? And you can only put so much in the room before it gets full, and then when the room's full, that's it. Like no one can make any money on that genre, and I feel like that's the same with online shooters like Call of Duty. Like we had Call of Duty, and then obviously Battlefield started to sort of step up its game, even though it was before Call of Duty in a way. And these games come up, and then all of a sudden, like the people start making them, but the market decides which ones stay. And I honestly think that PUBG and Fortnite aren't going anywhere. I feel like the game cycle's too fun, and the communities are too strong. As long as the developers, I'm assuming that the developers are supporting them, and they're going to carry on doing a good job of supporting them. So games like Radical Heights, though it looks quite polished and nice, and there's other games as well. There's other sort of battle royale type games.
Well, there's about, from my understanding and reading a lot of the news on all this stuff, there's about another 9 coming out this year.
Yeah, there's other ones that I've seen where it's like more of a game show and all sorts of stuff. So they've all got their own spin on it, but it's not different to what happened with World of Warcraft. It's not different to what happened with Call of Duty. It feels like another wave of, this is a new game type that people love. This is a new model that businesses like. It's free, and then you just pay for all the cosmetics. But I don't think it'll stick. I think Cliffy B is too late to the party. I think the 80s kind of nostalgia thing is done. A lot of this game, to me, screams a bit of desperation, to be honest.
Well, it's a bit like, look, everyone loves Battle Royale, and they love that show, Stranger Things. Let's mash it together and make a Battle Royale game with a Stranger Things setting. There you go. How about that?
I mean, it looks like pretty and everything, but I just, I struggle to see this working out. Fortnite, I sort of understand because it was free and all this, and I know this is going to be free, but if anything, it's going to be like a select few that are like just want to jump onto a new thing and then die off. I don't know. It cheapens Cliffy B in a way, don't you think? Like it kind of makes him look a little bit desperate.
I feel like he's sadly, and I do say this sadly, because as we know, Gears of War was a game changer. When that game came out, there was nothing else like it anywhere.
Killswitch.
It looked amazing. It played amazing. And now I feel like he's just run out of ideas. Like almost his creativity's just dried up.
I feel like with the gaming industry, there's a lot of like right time, right place, and I feel like Lawbreakers wasn't the right time, and I feel when he was making this game, Radical Heights, I don't think Fortnite was as popular as it. If you think about it, Fortnite really has only become a phenomenon since about January, February. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was around.
Fortnite was a nothing game. It was nowhere, and
it was nowhere.
People really just did not care about Fortnite. And then
PUBG came out about March-ish last year, and took the world by storm. And then by the end of the year, towards about December, Fortnite started to pop up, and then by January, it was like to the point where it's like this is ridiculous. And when Cliffy B was making Radical Heights, it was probably only PUBG in the equation. So he was trying to be.
You see, the biggest difference between Fortnite and obviously PUBG is that Fortnite appeals to every single kid in every single school. And that's the biggest, because their player base is just so massive, because it's every kid, every teenager. And PUBG gets some of those players, but not that many by comparison.
The thing is as well, like, I mean, I'm looking at this now. Kids won't get the 80s stuff, right?
No.
And then there's like a real footage of a news anchor on the TV, and his tie says "fuck off" on it, right? So kids ain't gonna. That ain't for kids.
No, this isn't aimed at kids. No.
So I don't know. I
And
struggle.
most parents are okay with the kids playing Fortnite because it looks like a cartoon.
It looks like,
doesn't it?
yeah,
It doesn't-
and it's pretty sort of cartoony fun. I would be really, really shocked if this overtook anything or came up to.
I don't think this is going to make a dent in anything.
I think this will be a flash in the pan, and I honestly think I can see Cliffy B quitting again. Do you know what I mean? Because like, when Cliffy B came out and he said I've come out of retirement because I want to make new games, I was kind of like, yeah, you know, like I want to know what he's got, right? And he makes
cool, man.
He makes Lawbreakers, and fair enough, Overwatch came out at roughly about the same time. But you can tell this game is inspired by PUBG. So what ideas did he have? You know what I mean? Like what? I don't know.
Art style, isn't it?
There's a cool aesthetic to it. I give it that. It looks quite nice. The 80s thing is funny, but I don't know. It just feels too late. I think that's the problem with it. And there's like buying weapons in it and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll be shocked. I'll be happy to be proven wrong, but I'll be shocked.
I feel like it's a make a quick buck scenario.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Rather, it saddens me that all these really cool, what I perceived as cool game developers are kind of following the crowd. Really, let's just make one of these games because that's
yeah. But like you say
popular.
that, but I feel like a lot that happens all the time. You know?
It does. Yeah, it does. But unfortunately, they're not the type of games I want to play. I guess.
No,
well,
well,
that's the big issue. Overwatch was let's take Team Fortress 2 and just redo it.
Pretty much.
World of Warcraft was let's take all these MMOs and just do a different version of it.
Yeah.
You know, Blizzard especially is good at taking that formula of taking something that's been done a bunch and just doing it really, really well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that if they could do it with a PUBG game, you know, I haven't played Fortnite a bunch, but you know, PUBG is glitchy and I don't know. I think there's space for a breakout battle royale game, but I do agree that the market's getting glutted.
Fortnite is the breakout PUBG game.
I'll take your word for that.
Because Fortnite is polished, right? It actually feels like a real game, whereas PUBG is a janky mess.
Yeah.
Whereas you know, Fortnite actually feels like it's made by like a professional game development team. Whereas
that's because it is.
Well, I know that's my point. Whereas PUBG it feels like a mod that is really polished. But it works. I don't know. But that's enough about Radical Heights. Maybe I'll try it because it is available on Steam. I don't know if there's a demo or whatever. They might do a free weekend because they're desperate. But I need to try Fortnite. A few people have asked me to try Fortnite on the stream, so I need to try it.
What's that? Radical Heights, did you say, by the way?
No, Fortnite. I need to try.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to try Radical Heights.
I wouldn't mind trying Radical Heights, but I've got to buy it. And I don't want to do that.
It's free. No, it's free to play.
Oh, is it free? Right, I'll try it.
Yeah,
then.
I think it's free.
I'll try it. I'll tell you what.
Well, that's why I said I think it's free to play.
I'll make an effort to try and play Fortnite in the next week, just to give it a go, and I'll stream it and I'll put it on YouTube, and then maybe the week after I'll.
Shit, this sucks. This isn't as good as PUBG. I hate it.
I'll play Radical Heights. I don't think I'm gonna change my mind or anything like that, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, it's free to play, but there is of course a founders pack which is £11.39.
No one cares about that. Anyway, we're done with the news because we're going on a bit. So
yeah, that's the news. Let's do some email.
Whoa, that ruled.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that this week I have all of the emails.
We'll see about that.
I know, yeah. Told you. Things are good. But I'm trying to look how far I have to go back to. I'm thinking, is that... What day was last Sunday?
What am I, your calendar?
Yeah, that was the 8th, wasn't it? So we've done that one. Right, okay, let's start here then. We've got the first one is from...
Hold on, just before you do that, my brother sent in speak pipes, but because I know what that is, that's the answers to the quiz that he sent in. But I think just because of interest of time, we'll knock it on there because it's one of these PowerPoint quizzes, and I've got to open it.
All right, okay.
So we'll sorry, Pete, love you, but we'll do it next week. We'll sort it out next week. How about that?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, okay.
Okay.
As you were.
The first email is from, and I'll try and read this right, Pablo Beneth, not a scam.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds
And this is the email. Hey there, veteran gamers.
Hello.
I am Pablo Benneth. I live in Bolivia. And I love Gamezing. I love your podcast. And I want to write in to tell you this.
Okay.
Is this someone pretending to be from Bolivia?
Yeah, so
it could be some.
You can't write English. They're so stupid.
It could be. Yeah. No, this is definitely. Yeah, go on, Karen.
I like what Stu says as he is funny. And the other three are good too. I have big problem. I am currently wanted by police and have $7.8 million in my PayPal account, but those funds will be seized by the police. So I is needing somewhere to send it and want to transfer this amount into your account.
Good veteran gamers. I just wish to get your bank account details and slot code.
I'm not long until they find me, so all I need to transfer the funds to help your podcast grow. But firstly, I need small fee to know that you're not going to scam me.
Yeah.
Please send the amount of 600 Great British Pound Sterling, Pound Euro Dollar to 864 Pablo Man is the greatest at PayPal. Please hurry. Yours sincerely, Pablo Benneth.
Yeah, well, what we could do as a bit of a gift for the listeners is let them donate the money, and then they can get in on the
that'd be nice.
on the $7.8 million.
Yeah, they've got his PayPal account, so
Yeah,
it's all good.
Just carry on.
It's all
Brilliant.
good.
Thank you, Pablo.
Thanks
for
that,
enjoying the
Pablo.
show.
We love all our listeners.
It's nice to know that we
Even
have
those who are-
millionaire listeners.
It is perfectly legitimate.
Well, we didn't. We knew we had millionaire listeners because Bongo listens to the show. So.
Correct, Amundo. Yeah, next email is off from Jason. And his is entitled 10 Years.
10 years.
Here we go. Hey, veterans.
Hey.
This email is in fact from Jason. I did not email last week, as Stu assumed, so that last week's was not Jason, apparently. That was some other nice Texan. Anyway, to my point, I dated my wife for 5 years, and we have been married for 10 years this June. That is how long you wankers have been podcasting.
Yeah.
You guys should just put nerd rings on each other's cocks and just do it already. You clearly want to.
Do it.
Yeah. Anyway, Stu, I loved Outlast, but the second one is a baby-killing demonic piece of shit. And I can't believe you recommended it. You must be the Antichrist. I think that's where the negative about Outlast 2 came in. And Duke, stop sucking on Twizzlers.
Nope, never. Twizzlers are good. Why you gotta hate on Twizzlers?
Chin, I have a great
Stop
time.
talking about how Twizzlers are gross, Duchess. No one asked you.
There you go. Chin, have a great time this summer. I hope the honeymoon lasts forever. Thank you guys for 10 good years. Seriously though, could you just shag, marry, or kill real quick between you three? So,
no, not doing that.
So which is it? Shag, marry, or kill?
I would kill Stu. I would marry Duke because he keeps me calm, and I would fuck myself.
Shag yourself. You see, you can't do it. I would obviously shag Chinny because I think he's dependable. You know, he's a nice guy. So you know, Chinny's for a shag.
That's to do with shagging someone.
Yeah, actually, no, I'd shag Duke because that's probably the wrong way around. You'd marry Chinny because he's dependable, wouldn't you?
Oh God.
Yeah, I'd marry Chinny. I would shag Duke.
And kill yourself.
And I would kill myself.
Oh, that's good because then I'd be a widow. It'd be great.
Good. There you go.
Duke's not going to play this game.
Take out a big life insurance policy on me first, though.
That'd be fine. Good. Absolutely fine. I'm good with
that. Duke.
No, I'm not. No, thank you. I'm happy to the Duchess, and yeah, no, I'm good.
It's only hypothetically speaking, this, by the way.
He's not going to do it.
Wait a minute. I don't want to have to actually do this.
He's not going to do it.
Anyway, he says thanks to Jason. So there you go. So thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Next email tonight is from Lewis. And he says this. Hello, veterans.
Hey.
Hello.
Hope you've all had a good week.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, I've had a good week. Chinny, have you had a good week?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I haven't been able to play any games this week because of exams.
Oh no.
But I did get the Xbox magazine to stay up to date.
Oh no.
As well as saying the Division 2 is in the works at Ubisoft, I found a game Stu might like. It's called Past Cure.
Oh no.
And I don't know if it's anything on anything but Xbox. But however, it is a story-driven game that is similar to Heavy Rain in the story and has slow-motion shooting like Max Payne. It seems to have this weird level with mannequins and stuff. They gave it a 3 out of 10 and said it was a genuinely bad game in every respect. But Stu seems to like things that are different, so give it a try. No, I think I need to clear something up here.
No, that sounds about right. No, I think that's good.
It does not, no. I like unusual and interesting games. I don't particularly like shit games.
No.
So there is a distinction.
No,
there is a distinction.
No. I think this is right up your street. There's lots of naked men mannequins walking around modern apartments. It's all weird and sort of strange sort of filters on it. This is your thing, man. This is it.
No, I don't think it is. I think I'll give it a miss, but thanks for the recommendation.
Hey, the mirrors work. In the game, the mirrors work. You actually have a reflection.
Do you? Is that...
So better than Mafia 3. How about
that? Yeah, there's a few games that don't have mirrors that work.
Yeah.
Right,
what was that game? That it was really sort of it was on the PlayStation.
There was a thingy,
PlayStation game exclusive.
Yes, I talked about
1886.
That was 1886. I said that there was no. You didn't get your reflection anywhere.
It was such a good-looking game, and they didn't have a reflection.
Yeah, super good-looking game, but couldn't do reflections.
No.
Anyway, this is his question. This week.
Go ahead, shoot. Let me hear you shoot.
What was the game that you're most excited about, but let you down the worst? That's it for now. So bye for now, Lewis.
One of them was Battlefield Bad Company, because I had been so into Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, which was the console-only version of Battlefield 2, and I loved it so much, and I was hoping Battlefield Bad Company would be a new version of that. And Battlefield Bad Company was not a bad game, but it wasn't the same glorious thing as Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, so that was a big letdown.
I like Bad Company. I thought it was a great game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm still thinking, Stu.
And the Star Wars Battlefront remake. I haven't played the second one, but the first one.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm trying to think of it.
Only because it didn't have the conquest mode. When you played, it's all rush.
Yeah.
Play.
They brought that back though. Not as the way you like it, but they brought it back for Bad Company.
Well, no, I know. But I mean, I'm saying like it's still designed in the way that's.
Yeah.
The enemy always knows where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That bugs the.
I like that because then you know where they're coming from. So, I quite like that.
I want to sneak around.
I'm trying to think what game I was really excited for and then was a bit disappointed with. I can't really think of one.
I wouldn't say really excited for, but I was sort of like, not hyped at all. Just I expected better things. Was Too Human. Because of
God, that's a long time ago isn't it?
Yeah,
Jesus.
but Dennis Dyack made one of my favourite games ever, which is Eternal Darkness. It's such a great game, and I had faith in him. I thought like he's a really Eternal Darkness is fantastic. And I was looking at footage of it, and I was like, I don't know about this game, but he made Eternal Darkness, and I played it, and I was just me and Marsh played it together, and it was just. What is this trash? It was.
I know.
It was beyond like bad. It was like it's not even fun. It was like a screensaver. Do you know what I mean? It was that shit. And actually, no, I think I found better screensavers than that game.
Wow.
So.
No, I think for me, it's more games I haven't played that I was excited for. I guess a couple of really good examples of them are sort of Mass Effect Andromeda, because if someone had told me I weren't going to play that game, I'd have been, you're mental. I love Mass Effect games.
Yeah,
but
I suppose I
didn't even buy
You're fully aware. You wait for the reviews. You read the you live off the reviews. You have to read them and find out. You know, if God of War didn't review well, you would have like
Well,
not.
no,
bought
I'd
it.
already. To be fair, I pre-ordered God
Yeah,
of
but you would have
War
cancelled it.
probably about a month ago.
You would have cancelled it.
No, I wouldn't have done.
You would have. You would have.
I probably
You
would
would
have.
have.
Done if it had been really bad.
Like, you know,
Really
this
bad.
is an instance of I know you better than you do right now. You would have cancelled it because you're a tight arse, and if that was like 3 out of 10s, you go, I'm not fucking
But I
spending.
want to play good games. I don't want to play shit games.
No, I'm not. I'm not arguing. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that, like, because you're.
Actually, I have got one.
Go on.
I have got one. Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I thought Watch Dogs was going to be amazing. We saw all this stuff at E3, and I did buy the game, and I was bitterly disappointed with it. And I thought this game is shit.
Yeah.
So Watch Dogs is probably because like you say, I try and avoid buying bad games, so I don't play very many of them.
Yeah.
And it's Ubisoft. Generally have a good pedigree. They make a lot of great games.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good shout.
For fun, I listed my favourite games ever on a piece of paper in front of me, and I did this weeks ago.
Right now?
No, I did this weeks ago, and I've just added 2 on there. And I don't know why, but I just keep this paper on my desk of my favourite games ever made. I haven't got them in any order. These are like my favourite games ever made. Do you want me to read them out, or is it boring?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can read them out. Go for it. I thought you were just going to do it.
Yeah, okay. Super Mario World.
Right.
Red Dead. Portal 2.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2. Call of Duty 4. PUBG. Gears of War. Prison Architect. Hotline Miami. Fallout 3. GTA 5. GTA 4. Mario 64. GoldenEye. Halo 3. Halo Wars. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Eternal Darkness. Pikmin.
But you're desperate for a Pikmin game to come out on the Switch, aren't you?
Well, the Pikmin games got remade for the Wii U, and
That's right.
And I really want to play Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and I really want to play Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, and all they have to do is release them on the Switch, and that's free money for them. But they haven't. They haven't done that.
But they haven't.
No.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. Anyway, next email is from the American Patriot Brett, who we have no idea who it is. We thought it was Jason. Apparently, it's not Jason, but I'm still not convinced it isn't.
It's not John Mouse.
And it's not John Mouse either, so we don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
But anyway, this is his email. It says, "Yo guys, it's
there we go. Second, I got it. I found the sound clip.
I'm in a band.
Cool. What's your name again?
Brit.
Brit?
Brit.
Brit?
Brit.
Brit, like Brittany?
No, B-R-E-T.
Oh, Brett.
Yeah.
It just sounds like Brit. I like your English accent.
Sorry, go on.
Brilliant. It says, "Yo guys, it's your pal Brett Sheldon Jr. back again.
Brit.
Why are you thinking that I'm a joke? I mean, I managed to hear my email because good old Chimney spoke in the way I understand. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, I was so pleased that you guys heard me complain about not being able to understand what Slimy was yabbering on about. But goddamn, as soon as you finished reading my email, went back to my normal voice. Why? Also, does Duke drive an electrical car?
Yes.
Why? It's one of them.
Von Yechtenbach, the car.
Oh, yeah. It's one of them goddamn leaf things. Goddamn, I'm ashamed to be a goddamn American. Get a truck with a big old V8 and enough room in the back to hold a case of bud and your gun and whatever else you need.
There was a guy who killed himself by setting himself on fire recently, and he wants us to recognize all the damage we're doing to the world with our fossil fuels.
Yeah, well, that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's a good way to honor somebody who took his life in order to warn us about the dangers we're imposing.
No, the fact he took his life is stupid.
He wanted to get people to pay attention.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll just kill myself. There's a good way of doing it. It's not because I'm mentally, got some sort of mental issue or anything.
I think it's a beautiful sacrifice and an attempt to point out the urgency and the desperation of our current situation. That's just me.
I'm glad you're condoning people killing themselves to make a point.
God damn it. How is that condoning?
Well, you just said you think it's a good idea that he killed himself to make a point.
That's not what I said, Stuart. For God's sake. It's like you weren't even listening.
That's what it sounded like.
I said it's an indication of how urgent the problem is.
Yeah, but you sound like you're okay with it.
I'm not okay with it.
I would have given out leaflets.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I like Chinny's take on this.
That nothing catches people's attention more than a leaflet. I'll tell you, man. Every time someone hands me a leaflet, I immediately read it and take it very seriously.
I have you know, right? I had a leaflet the other day, and I immediately read it because it was 2 for 1 at Domino's. All right.
There you go.
And nothing caught my attention more.
I learned about the 2 for 1 at Domino's because someone set themselves on fire.
True.
Yeah, this leaflet thing's not going so well. Give me the gas, man. What's going down?
True.
I'll just pour it on myself and just kill myself instead. That's a good idea.
We're reading an email, not talking about somebody burning themselves.
I know. Anyway, let's carry on.
Jesus Christ, you two, man. Yeah, but you two, just fucking, just calm down, right? Just fucking calm down.
Anyway,
shit.
I just want to say that you guys are like family to me. Make America great again. Stay safe. Stay safe, and you ever need somewhere to stay, then give me a yell, and I'll give you a room down here in good old Texas. Bye byes.
MAGA stands for My Attorney Got Arrested.
There you go. All right. So there you go. Thank you, Britt. It's very kind of you.
Brett certainly did bring up a topic in that email that he didn't intend to, so thank you.
Didn't he, just?
Thank you, Brett.
Anyway, the last email is yet again off Jason Gallagher tonight. There could be possibly 3 emails off him when we think about it, but who knows? Anyway, he says this. Was it worth the wait? So you guys are shagging each other right now, right? So gross. But who am I to judge your love for one another? The veterans are the hottest threesome on the internet. I can't imagine where you guys are able to find bromance rings small enough to fit around your old shriveled up cocks. It's not very nice, is it? Tell your listeners where you found them. And that is if you are satisfied with your purchases. Because I heard Princess Pilch wants to get one for the dancer and one for the her. You see, the beef isn't with the veterans and the OC. The beef is actually between you two sets of threesomes. We can only hope Little Nat comes back to the boss wave someday. Foursomes rule. But for now, I'm glad all of you guys have each other.
What? What the fuck, Jason? Like,
there comes a point when we can't even ask that about Jason Gallagher.
I know, but like, I don't go up to people I like and say, "You've got a bunch of shriveled up cocks." Actually, I did the other day.
Where do you get your little cock rings from?
Do you know what I mean? I don't go up to a group of 3 people and go, "Are you fucking each other?"
Well, that's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between you and Jason.
You're rude, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh dear,
Jason. That's it. So I think we have got one speak pipe to do, haven't we? So we should do that.
What do you want?
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message.
So we're hanging on to the ones from Ginger Balls till
We'll
next week?
do my brother's. We'll do my brother's quiz next week.
Derek Sainz sent this in, so let's have a listen, shall we? Nice. It's the Faulty Towers theme song.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Sainz again, and it's only 6 days. Yes, 6 days until the Arcade Club meetup in Bury. Yeah. So I'll be making my final preparations for next week, and just stay there for the weekend. So I'm traveling to Bury on the Friday morning on the train, and not heading back to Newcastle upon Tyne until Sunday afternoon. And I've even got a book for the journey. I'm by an up-and-coming American author called Eric S. Peter Troutsky.
Oh God, that book
and it's
sucks.
called "This Ain't What You Rung For,"
Jesus
and
Christ.
it's seen from the book. This author is one of those loudmouth, left-wing, in-your-face activist Americans, but we'll not hold that against him. So since I'll be staying there in a bed and breakfast, I thought my question would relate to that sort of thing this week. So over the last, let's say, 15 years or so, what is the worst and what is the best place you paid to stay overnight in, and why were they so bad and why were they so good?
Right.
So I think that's it for now.
That's so easy.
Say,
Let's just get through
keep
the whole
on
thing and
gaming.
then we can talk. Because Faulty Towers is often the worst place that people stay at.
Yours is easy. Mine are easy. I don't know if you know about mine, but mine are easy as well.
Well, mine's easy. You go first, though, Gino. Let's see
Okay,
yours.
so funny enough, it was in Newcastle, right? Worst one. This is when I remember when I bought the DJI S1000 drone in Newcastle from a company called Heli Guy, based in Newcastle, right? So I went up to Newcastle, drove there, and this drone was way too big to sort of post and stuff. You got to pick it up. Got there, and it was a travel lodge. It was a terrible travel lodge. Couldn't find it. Found it. It looked like shit. It was next to a Burger King that was like fucking burnt out or some shit. Got into the reception. Woman didn't look like she knew what she was doing. Room for me. Didn't have my name. Okay, fine. Right. Sorted it out. Went into the room. Put my bag down on the bed. Went into the bathroom to have a wee. Blood on the floor.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Right? Doesn't end. It doesn't end. Blood on the floor, so I go, I don't go, ugh, I don't go, oh my god. This is what I do. I go, right? I mean, there could be somebody dead in the bath for all I care, but I don't know, right? I don't look, right? And I go to the reception, I go, excuse me, I'm very polite. I say, excuse me, there's a problem with my room. And she says, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What is it? I said, there's blood on the floor in the bathroom. And she just looked.
Just can we clarify, how much blood are we talking?
Okay, it doesn't look like...
Psycho.
It doesn't look
it's
like...
not like pooled.
It's not like the scene from The Beach where Leonardo discovers Robert Carlyle or anything like that. It's like just... I know, but it's the first 10 minutes. It's not a spoiler.
I've never seen that film.
Well, Robert Carlyle, the film's good and weird. I watched it on Saturday. Anyway, there's not a lot. There's spots of it, and you can tell it's blood. All right?
Okay.
Not tons, but enough for me to go, I don't think I want to stay in this room. So I went back to the thing. She went, oh, that's terrible. Oh, I can move you to another room immediately. I go, okay, brilliant. Thank you. Go into another room. And she says, it's room this, and walk in, and it stinks of paint, like really badly stinks of paint, and I can't. I get headaches if I smell paint. It's like a strong smell. I can't. I was like, there's no way I can sleep in this room, not a chance. So then I went back to the reception. And I said, look, I'm really sorry. I don't want to be one of these guys or anything. I don't want to be awkward or anything, but the room smells of paint. You can go in there yourself. It stinks. And she went, oh, it's not a problem. Like, we did have some rooms decorated recently, so, you know, that sort of checks out. Okay, great. Puts me in another room, and then I go, I look in, and it all looks fine. Doesn't smell of paint. No blood on the floor. I go, okay. There's a big fucking paint stain on the curtain, right? But it doesn't smell of paint, right? I go, all right, this isn't too bad. I can work.
Is that when you found the body from room 1?
So I settled down, I chilled out. I don't remember what I did, and then I went to bed, and I went, all right, I'll lock the door. The lock on the door doesn't work, right? So at that point,
you just stuck a chair under it, it'd be fine.
I just went, fuck it. If someone wants to come in and fucking rape me, just let them do it, because I can't be bothered to move. The best hotel I ever stayed at was in Brussels. It has a very catchy name called The Hotel. And it was very nice. It had like fucking everything there. The staff was really helpful. And well, the hotel in Gran Canaria is really nice as well. I don't know. I've been to lots of nice hotels, but the one in Brussels stood out because it had like, you know, like cool buttons that did everything, that like turned the switches on, and like different percentages of like dimness, and like the curtains were drawn and then they're open, and then you could set timers on it. I was very impressed, and it had like complimentary like fruits and shit as you walked in. It was all for the EU, so that's the reason why I went there. So they paid for the whole thing and put us up and all that sort of shit. So that was nice.
Very nice. Well, my worst ever hotels are very easy because it was on Chinny's recommendation.
I hadn't stayed there.
No, obviously you hadn't stayed there.
No, it looks nice from there.
I don't even remember what it was called.
The Britannia.
What was the Britannia in Wolverhampton, right?
Wolverhampton.
The very first Eurogamer Expo we ever went to was in London. And I was literally stopping for one night. I came down, we went up on the day, came back and stopped overnight, came home the next day, and that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what we did, because it was only on for one day.
2009.
Yeah, it's a long time ago now. And I said to Chinny, is there anywhere, I can stay near you or whatever? And he's like, oh, yeah, there's this place, Britannia Hotel, it's great. It was the worst experience of my life, right? We always remember this story because it had no double glazing. There was a lot of, it was freezing cold.
Here's the difference between Stu and Chinny. Chinny says there's blood on the floor. It's overpowering stench of paint. There were dead bodies in every other room. Stu said, oh, there's no double glazing on the windows.
Oh, no,
unsleepable.
There was more to this story. It was absolutely freezing cold.
Duvets.
There was no heating in the room.
Duvets.
No heating in the room. Due to the lack of double glazing, the room I had was directly over Wolverhampton bus station.
Yeah.
Right? There were people fighting outside sort of shouting, screaming.
See, the thing is, Stu,
general drunkenness.
That's like white noise to me. That's the only one. I can only sleep if somebody's being stabbed.
Honestly, I did think someone was being murdered. Then there was police sirens. There was ambulances turning up outside. It was a generally bad thing, right? Then, so I thought, it can't really get any worse, this. So I eventually managed to get to sleep. Eventually. God knows what time that was after everything had died down outside. Freezing cold. Woke up in the morning. But yeah, go down to get my breakfast. The hotel was full of the Greyhead Brigade. I mean, I've never seen so many blue rinses and old people in one place at one time. And because them people, they're up at like the crack of dawn, right? There was literally nothing left for breakfast. Pardon?
Having a party, yelling?
So no, nothing like that. No, they just ate everything. They were like human hoovers. So there was barely anything left for breakfast. There was about 1 million people already in front of me because they all got up at like so early. Like came down just as breakfast started, obviously. Huge queue of people. It was just generally terrible. Worst hotel I've ever stayed in. It was awful. Best hotel I've ever stayed in. I've stayed there twice, and I did stay there recently. We went for Kay's birthday. And it's called the Wild Boar, and it's just on the edge of Bowness in Windermere, and it's a 5-star hotel, and it's very nice. They have all feature bedrooms, so everyone's decorated differently. If you go for the luxury rooms, they have like baths in the rooms and stuff like that. It's very oldie worldy. They have their own smoker on site. The food is excellent. The atmosphere is really great. They have big log fires burning everywhere, and it's just a really nice place to stay. So
yeah, I'm looking at pictures of it now.
The Wild Boar is lovely.
Oh, Peckforton Castle was very nice. I stayed there. That was very good. I enjoyed that. Go on, Duke. What's yours?
Yeah, I'm kind of just reiterate. I'm not always a cheapskate because it's very expensive.
Pretty much. Yeah. So mine actually was in East Timor. It was there was a place. So our sister city is in Ainaro, and halfway up there's a place called Malbisi, and we were traveling with someone we didn't know very well. He was cool, but he said, yeah, I know somebody who's got a hotel in Malbisi. So we stayed with this place, and it was wood pallets on the floor. Like, that was our bed. And there was this very...
Just a minute, I'm getting confused. This is the best place you've stayed in, is it? Or the worst?
Worst.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry,
it's the worst. What are you talking about?
I didn't know we were talking about best places. Yeah, so and it was freezing cold. I mean, the place was just, it was a cold village, and there was no insulation in the house. It was the blanket was paper thin, and we didn't really have a lot of supplies. I don't remember. I guess we had left so much stuff in Dili or something. I don't know, whatever. And I guess we didn't really pack for cold because East Timor is a tropical place, right? So anyway, yeah, and then in the morning we went to settle up, and the person gave us the ticket, and apparently, like, they gave us they say Malay if you're not from East Timor, basically white person, a gringo. So we got the Malay price, and our friend later told us that what you're supposed to do is laugh and say, oh, there's a mistake here. You put the decimal point in the wrong place. So we ended up paying like, what was it, $50? It was a bunch of money, and we didn't feel comfortable saying, no, we're not paying that because we had already slept there, So it was an important, expensive lesson about how you're supposed to deal with people trying to take advantage of you financially. But then again, they're living in this, pretty rundown place. It's the poorest country in Asia, and whatever. I hope they did something good with the money. I hope they enjoyed themselves. And
cocaine,
smoking pot.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that was the worst place I've ever stayed.
And what's the best place you've ever stayed?
It wasn't dangerous at all. There wasn't any fears of anything. It was just not a pleasant place.
And best place you ever stayed?
Best place I ever stayed. I think there was. I know what it was. There was a flight I was supposed to get. I remember we were flying into Madison, Wisconsin, where I live. Go Badgers! And the plane. It was really cloudy, and we were coming in, and suddenly the plane just dove straight down, and we were all like, "Oh my God!" And then they pulled up very quickly, and they were like, "Sorry, folks, we tried to make a landing there, but we missed the runway, so we're just going to go back to Chicago." And so we went back to Chicago, and we were all freaked out because we thought we were going to die. And then the airline put us in a hotel, and we had a voucher for a meal.
Ooh.
And it was like, sweet. So like it wasn't like I think I got grilled cheese or something. It wasn't a fancy meal, but the room was pretty nice. It wasn't, exorbitant or anything, but it was, it had those blackout curtains.
Oh yeah.
And those I ought to invest in some of them, man, because that was it was pitch black in the room.
It is weird with those though, because you wake up in the morning, you still think it's the middle of the night.
I've got just a sidetrack, right? I filmed in Beaujolais in France, right? And we were doing this filming thing, and I was so tired. We went to this whole sort of weird sort of wine tasting ceremony thing that we just had to cover. And I went to the bed, collapsed. You know those sleeps where you close your eyes and then it's the morning? I had one of those sleeps, right?
Yeah.
And I heard this like really loud banging at the door, and I was like, "Fucking hell, what the fuck's this?" I was like, "Still the middle of the night, Matt. Like, what are you doing? We gotta go. Like, it's the morning. What are you fucking talking about? Like, I've just blinked, right?" I said, "It's still dark." And he went, "They've got shutters on the windows." I went, "What?" And there was this switch that I swear wasn't there by the window before. And I pressed it, and it just went, right? And there was all the cars, and it was daylight, and everybody's having a fucking great time outside. He's like, "We've got to go. You've got like 10 minutes." So, yeah.
It's weird, that, isn't it? Very odd
funny
feeling.
Stuff.
There is another place I should have mentioned, actually, is one of the coolest places I've ever stayed was we went on safari to Kenya in Africa. Pretty much. And we stopped at a place called Salt Lick Safari Lodge, which is owned by Hilton Hotel Group.
Oh yeah, Paris Hilton.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. And it's sort of all the rooms are like on turrets. They're sort of like on stilts above the bush below, and all the rooms are circular. And it was just a really cool place to stay. And at night it was obviously so dark you could see more stars than I've ever seen in my life.
What was nice about the hotel that you stayed at, Dick? Just the shutter doors and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a lovely setup. I think it was just a nice. The bed was very comfortable, and it just felt like a room where they didn't. Things. Most of the hotel rooms I've ever stayed at, you can tell they're going for the sort of cheapest, furniture and all that. So
treat yourself. All right, we done.
That's the thing too. Is like most of the time, if I'm going somewhere, like unless it's somewhere I don't know anybody, like I'll just stay with people I know. Like that's the vast majority of places I've stayed in my life are people I know.
There you go. Right, time for some shout outs, I guess, is it?
I don't know. I've just unplugged my headphones. Oh shit, I can't hear anybody. You can hear me though. Oh no.
We can hear Ginny. Ginny is a knobhead.
Right, I can hear. I can hear.
Us. Oh, sorry.
Shout out to I had someone to shout out. Hang on. Oh fuck.
What the hell is going on?
Right, shout out to CalloCon 6969. Shout out to him. Shout out to Adam, who came into the chat, and he said, "I've listened to you for years, and I didn't expect you to look like that." So I wasn't sure what he's. And he said, "Not an insult." He said, "Not an insult." So I think he was expecting like a big fat, sweaty, slobbery fucking mess.
Oh, well then, thanks.
But I said, no, that's Duke. That's Duke. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So I've jetted it to Adam and Callow Con 6969.
There you go. There you go. I'm going to shout out Tuscan, right? Because one of the things he put in the chat tonight was it takes him 60-ish hours to play Yakuza because he always goes into arcades. Maybe you should come to a real arcade on Saturday because we've never met Tuscan, have we? So
he won't do it.
I know he won't. But he should do. He should do. Maybe he just.
If he does, he has to be dressed as a PlayStation 4.
He does. Or just the Sony logo will be just as good. Yeah, so there's that. And we've also, we need to dust off a jingle we haven't played for a long time.
What's that?
Because we've got some new iTunes reviews, people.
Oh my God, we haven't done this in a million years. I don't even know where my iTunes jingle is. Oh, there it is.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo, you want some iTunes reviews? You got to.
Yeah, look, other people can do this, you know. We've got 2 new ones in the UK. The first one is off Bobbins, and that's entitled "Who Does the Belt Hold For?"
Wow, that's another clip we haven't played for a while.
Yeah.
Did it like 2 weeks ago? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we played it last week, didn't we? Or the week before you played it. It's recently you played it.
I don't know.
Anyway, he says this, 5 stars. If you wanted scripted chat about the latest releases, you are looking in the wrong place. Real show about real people gaming. It's raw, it's janky, it's plagued by interruptions and talking over each other. It's my favourite show from my favourite gaming community, G4TE. And it's nothing to do with the military veterans anyway.
No, we do not.
Yeah, just to mention, although we're big fans of G4TE, we aren't strictly affiliated with them. We used to.
Well, they're not anymore. That the G4TE is not even a thing yet. It's all the overseas connection. That's it.
Is it serious? I didn't know that.
Why did you not know that?
Because I didn't go in the forums for a long time. I've never been in the forums for years, so I wouldn't have realised it gone.
Game for the Elderly isn't. I don't know. Just like the overseas connection, sort of like separated itself away from Game for the Elderly. I think this is my understanding. I might be wrong, but I think forums are dead, aren't they? Like, pretty much the truth of it.
But yeah, just to say, I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but we have affiliation with them, but we're not connected in any formal way of anything like that. We're just sort of friends with people who were part of that community, I guess is the best way of putting it.
Also, you fucking hate them all.
Friends.
Yeah, I hate them all. And the second review we got is from Hardly Dan. Hardly Done, and he says this: 5 stars, top-notch gaming chat, always a great show with great hosts. Chinny, Duke and Stu have a nice rapport. As a result, you get a great fun show which really feels like you're sitting with them, listening to good friends having a chat about something they love. Well, until the sound clips come in. Some time back I really found them very annoying, but now I find them quite fun. Stockholm Syndrome perhaps.
At least he's honest.
Subscribe and enjoy. You can also watch the recording live on Twitch, etc. So do make sure you pay a visit to their website and do the social media stuff. So there you go. Thanks, Dan. That's very kind of you. That's really cool.
It's cool to Dan. People who are still cool instead of the scumbags at the G4TE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it for me. Look, Tuscan said, lol, maybe he'll turn up. You never know. Maybe he only lives around the corner from Bury. We don't even know where he lives.
Maybe he lives in the arcade club.
Maybe he is, dear. Maybe we've met him before, but we just didn't know it was him.
Maybe it's Bongo.
Maybe it is Bongo. And that's it for me, so over to you, Duke.
Yeah, I will shout out David Tripney because he gave me a heads up about the original Xbox games that are going to be backwards compatible on the Xbox One. And yeah, Mercenaries Playground of Destruction is one of them. Oh yeah, along with Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original. So those are great games.
Yeah, but I keep telling you this, dude. But Red Faction Guerrilla is very close to that game. It is. It is. It's a similar sort of stupid, crazy shit you can do.
I don't think you've heard Duke's argument. It's very strong. What was that again, Duke?
Yeah, how's it go, Duke?
Wildlands is basically the new version of Playgrounds of Destruction. So.
No, the other argument that you had that you just did.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. And I think that's it. We need to get the hell out of here. We've gone on far too long tonight.
Listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
I didn't reach nothing.
Something less boring instead. Sitting at home, watch TV, turning up slow good to me. Why don't you? Go.
I never knew Blackpool had an airport. Sure.
Oh yeah, I've flown from Blackpool Airport quite a few times.
There you go.
When I used to go to meetings in London, I used to catch the plane because it only took 35 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why. When you told me that hotel, I started looking at that hotel, and then I looked at where you live, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't.
Yeah.
And then I thought it's not even that. You're not that far from Blackpool. I was quite shocked at how close you are to Blackpool.
Oh no, it's only sort of 35, 40 minutes drive to Blackpool from where we are.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, we can go get a stick of rock or walk on the comedy carpet anytime we like.
Yeah, and then I started going Street View on Blackpool, and I was like, I haven't been to Blackpool for fucking years.
When was the last time you went to play? It's still shit, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's the point, though, isn't it? That's
you're not
the point.
missing a lot. It's
like
shit.
Blackpool, Duke, is like Vegas for America. It's like it's shit.
No, it's not. It isn't really. There's a bit of glitz and glamour at Vegas. There's none of that at Blackpool.
I don't think Americans see Vegas that way. Right. Blackpool is a fucking shithole.
It's Vegas. If you imagine Vegas 100 times shitter than Vegas.
Yeah.
This is boring. I'm bored now.
Exactly. And everybody is bored.
Listen, everybody, and now the stream is over.
And next time you see us, we'll be in the flesh.
Yeah, have fun at the meetup, everybody. I wish I could be there. Someday I will be.
Someday you will be.
One of these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
The end.
So there you go. That's
the end.
The end. My only friend. The end.
About The Simpsons. Fucking it up.
The what?
Did you say 423 was the episode number?
No, that was me confusing everyone at the beginning by doing lots of stupidness.
432.
432.
Yeah. They did this stupid response to Hari Kondabolu's movie about Apu and representation and race. They had Lisa Simpson talking about political correctness. Mwah. It was just so stupid. It was so like it's the worst way you could possibly respond.
Oh, I saw this because there was a big uproar about Apu and everything, wasn't there?
Well, there's a comedian named Hari Kondabolu who did a really good job making a movie about how Apu affected his life, basically. And
why?
Because while he was growing up, people would always be like, "Thank you, come again," and like using Apu to make fun of him.
Right, I see.
It was an example of,
It was a stereotype of an Indian man that was very popular.
Pretty
and,
much.
The Simpsons has admitted that, basically.
Well, to be fair, The Simpsons has stereotypes of every single person. It has a stereotype of a stupid white man. It has a stereotype of a
Mexican.
needy mom. Yeah, a stereotype of a Mexican. Stereotype of the fat donut-eating policeman.
And those people will have to speak for themselves, but there are no other there were at the time no other representations of Indian people on TV. You have to watch the movie. I can't do it justice. It's a really good movie. It's called The Problem with Apu. He does a very good job. There's a lot of different people talking about a lot of different things. Anyway, the point is that The Simpsons this week did this episode where they just completely dismissed it and basically gave him a middle finger, and it was just so it's just. And then the showrunner Al Jean, who's been involved in the show for a very long time, was retweeting really stupid, simplistic things that people were saying, and it just made me lose a lot.
I think the other problem with it is that doesn't help is the fact that it's a white actor pretending to be an Indian, so that doesn't help either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't help. That they haven't even got an Indian actor to play him, or to be his voice.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So
all right, guys. Well, thank you so much as always. Have a good rest of the week.
Well,
be
seeing Chinny in the flesh soon.
Yeah, have fun at the meetup, y'all.
Yeah,
we will.
Thanks. We'll do.
Give everybody my regards.
We will.
We will.
Peace.
We will.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Chinny, the next time I see you will be on Saturday. Saturday, no school today. So what you gonna do? Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, I'll aim to get there for about 11:45-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weirdly, I never got a message back from Arcade Club, so don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I spoke to them, they replied almost instantly.
I'm probably fucking sick of you, that's why.
No, I only did that. I've only tweeted.
This fucking guy.
Direct message. I only direct messaged them once.
Fucking guy, don't stop texting me. What a fucking
I just put
weirdo.
hi again regarding next Saturday. Would we be able to arrange to stream to Twitch as we are looking to film a good portion of the day and broadcast it? Is there a broadband available? For this? Many thanks. Sure, that's all I asked.
Fuck off. That's what he said. Yeah, he said fuck.
I know, yeah. He went, actually, we're renovating, so we're not actually open this Saturday anymore.
Actually, no. About that.
So how many do you reckon's going to turn up then?
10.
10. Do you reckon 10?
Yeah. I don't know.
Last time was about 40, so
yeah,
there might be more.
I don't think about it, mate. I just do.
I don't know.
You think about everything. No, I don't. I
think about everything.
I let it all go, and I just.
What if like hundreds of people turn up? They're not going to, are they?
No.
What if it did? What if it happened?
It won't.
What if it does though?
It will.
What if it did?
It won't.
If you just turn up, what if people just turn up?
You're being silly. Stop being silly.
I know I am. I know I'm being silly.
You're better than this.
I am better than this.
Stop. Whatever you're doing, just stop doing that.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I've got to go to bed because I've got to go to work and shit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I will leave you to it. Have a nice rest of your evening or whatever. And I will see you Saturday.
All right.
If you're running late, because I know you were late last time, I'm not holding my breath or nothing. Just give us a bell now. What's going on? What? What's the matter? What's the matter?
That's a really sort of passive-aggressive. I know you're going to be late.
Yeah,
So just fucking let me know.
Are you bringing is Pete coming, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. What about what's his face? The Street Fighter champion from last time. What's he called? I can't remember his name.
Neil.
Neil. Yeah. What about Neil?
Neil won't be coming. I did see him on Friday, and he mentioned it, and he was disappointed that it was on the day that it was, because he said he would want to come.
Oh, shame. I think we might have a better turnout than last time. I have a feeling.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you not?
No.
No, I think it's going to be more than you think, possibly.
As long as there's enough. That's all I care about. It's like, if there's more than 10, then it's a success.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Well, there's 9 supposedly confirmed on Facebook anyway, regardless.
What does that mean? You know what I mean?
Not a lot. Well, there was when I had a look at the last one, there was about 9 confirmed for that, and then 40 odd people turned up.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Right, I'm going to go. Have a nice evening, and I will speak to you soon.
Cool.
I'll speak to you on Saturday. Bye.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
I'm still on Street View. I don't know why. I'm on a place called Hewtown, which is Heritage Coast. Oh, it's weird. Never even seen that before. St. Martin's, Hewtown, the Isles of Skilly. What is this place? Cars and everything. Weird. Google Maps is weird. What's the Guernsey Islands? No. Guernsey, Jersey. Jersey's a weird place because it is Britain. It's technically British, but it's just right by France. It's so strange. It looks French. Are the license plates? What are the license plates? Are they British? Welcome to Guernsey. Quite cool to go to. September 2010 was the last time Google went there. Fucking jails. Yeah, not a lot. Anybody's still here? 10 years and still dating. Hot, hot, hot. Ring, ring, ring. Cock, cock, cock. Later, guys. Have fun at the arcade. Use protection. Jersey war tunnels. Wow. Cool. I'd like to go to Jersey. It would be interesting. Okay, anyway.